Depends on what part of the world you're watching the show right now. From what time of the day, it'll make a difference. I'm here with my boy Neth. There's a few topics we're gonna tackle. Hey Neth, you going away today, tomorrow?
Yes, I'm going up to Connecticut.
So today, tomorrow?
I will be going early tomorrow.
All right, all right. Listen, as you guys come in, you be so kind. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Talk about a few things in here. We're gonna talk about my man Epic debate he had last night on what you guys was on Twitch Mixer or
Yeah, we were streaming on Mixer, and we ended up having a debate about crossplay between PlayStation and Xbox. And unfortunately, the footage wasn't recorded because Xbox shoes fucked up. But it was a very interesting conversation, to say the least.
Okay, all right. Let me go here. Let me see. Yakuza 6. What we got here? We still live? Yeah, we still live. All right. Okay, well, I'm about to be looking at you lovely folks in 1 second. Also, like I said, we're gonna talk about the Black Ops 4 beta. Oh no. All right. Yeah, we live. I'm about to be looking at you lovely folks in 1 second. All right, yeah, we live. We doing it live. Also, all right, we doing it live. I got 4 people in here so far. And that's what next, like I said. And you know what, too? I remember when we used to do the live streams or whatever from Discord.
Yeah.
It is much. I know how to work it correctly. It is much better as far as the sound quality and everything to go along with it. It is much better, quality wise. Like I said, like I said, maybe we're gonna try to do the expand your mind tonight on
Yeah.
Is your Xbox by your computer or by chance or whatever?
No, it is not.
Oh shit, never mind. So you can't play the game and be in Discord at the same time. You silly fool. Well, actually, you got Discord on your cell phone though.
Yeah, I have Discord.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have Discord on my computer.
Yeah, I was just saying, but playing the game or whatever game, like I said, as far as the party chats or whatever, streaming was much clearer, a lot clearer than this, like I said.
Yeah,
Xbox
it
Live.
is.
Actually, I'm actually finding the actual video. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having some technical difficulties here. Where the hell am I? Here, let me put it here. For whatever reason, it didn't pop up. I didn't even get a notification on the other account. I don't know what the hell's going on here. YouTube. Let me see. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having some technical difficulties. 1 second.
There we go. Now I see some people in the chat. What's going up? Almighty Spartan, Chris Jones. Red Dead 2 will not look better on the X, or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, they won't look better on the X.
Is Kraken lacking? Yeah, I mean, the Kraken's just gone, so that's the definition of lacking.
Oh, yeah, the Kraken gone, man.
The Kraken is gone.
Yeah, hey, guys, do me a big favor. As you guys come in, please, man, it says I got
Hit that like button, share it on Twitter, get it out there. Get the word out there.
Yeah, get the word out there. Say I got 17 people in here. I should have 17 likes. Let's separate the haters from the supporters, man. So who is just stalking and who here to support your boy. Alright, now let me tweet this out now my damn self. Oh yeah, so anyway, you had, like I said, you had an epic debate, more or less, on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Was it during the live stream or was it after the live stream?
Unfortunately, it was after the live stream. I wish the live stream caught it so you guys could hear it, but I'm going to skip over a lot of the details, but let's just say it got to the point where they started claiming that if crossplay were to happen between the Xbox and the PlayStation communities, there would be blood on the streets. I kid you not. I'm talking about, he said there would be more swatting. There's a lot of sick people out there who take this console war way too serious, and they will start going and killing people. And there will be pedophilia. He was saying all types of shit. And my only response was like, I hope you're drunk. I hope you're trolling me. It's late at night. And crossplay already exists between the Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PC, mobile, and none of this shit happens. But he's like, you don't get it. The console war between the Xbox and PlayStation is so goddamn strong.
Hey, yo, listen. Hey, Neth. Yes. Now, I would hate to question your integrity. Well, this last month or so, you've been on a rampage attacking people, getting in all types of Twitter fights. And we gotta listen, man. We need to listen. We ain't gonna say something. We gotta call my man. Hey, we gotta talk. Hey, Alex. Alex, let's get Alex right now. Let's get Alex in here, man. Get Alex in here to defend himself, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, we gotta hold up, man. Hold up, because this is what you call.
This was something else.
Yeah.
Paradox Games and Entertainment in the chat. He has a new channel. That's actually Gotti, if you remember him. He's been a big supporter of us.
Oh,
he used to have like a Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, Go Gotti Gaming.
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently, this is his new channel, Paradox Games and Entertainment. Go ahead and subscribe to him. Gotti's a great guy.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm a subscriber right now.
Hey, Gotti, check it out, man. Thank you for fucking with these black dudes.
Oh my god.
Hey, Gotti, hold up, Gotti. You know that's YouTube Gold, Gotti. You know I was hell of a father. I got to get that on the t-shirt.
Here, got it. There we go. Just subscribe to you.
Yeah, I got you. These black, I got to work with Gotti, too. I haven't yet to work with him. Hold on 1 second. Let me hit Alex, man. Alex. I'm about to hit Alex right now.
Man, I kid you not, folks. And he says he wasn't drunk. He said he'll bring it up right here if he comes along, and that the streets will run red with blood.
Yeah, here, look. Here I am being messy. I said, yo, Alex, you free? Neth going at you right now, bro. What's going on? Yeah, I ain't gonna be messy. Yeah, I ain't being messy. I said, yo, Neth going at you right now. I turned down, hold on, I'm sorry. I turned down the Yakuza series, and things are getting ugly over Crossplay. That'll work, right?
Oh man, think about things getting ugly out here. So I went ahead and released a video today, you know, rubbing salt in the wound about Crossplay and talking about how Bethesda is threatening Sony with just a card game. And throughout the video, I kind of made fun of Bethesda for using a card game to do this. But at the end of the day, it is a bold thing that a big company is just saying, fuck you to Sony, even though it is a small card game that's pretty irrelevant in all honesty. But it is cool to see developers speak out for that. And basically, I got at PlayStation fans asking, look, I don't care if you even don't want to use crossplay, you don't care about crossplay or process progressions or anything like that. If you don't care about it, just don't use it. But please stop making tweets defending Sony. Please stop stopping others from pushing crossplay. If you don't want it, then don't use it. But don't make people seem like they're a part of some sort of fake outrage. As soon as the crossplay debacle left just our small tour community, got on the news, got with publishers and developers such as Bethesda, such as EA, that fake outrage you guys are talking about, it's real. People want this shit. If you don't want it, cool. But don't stop people who do. Oh, all right. Funny how I came in here and I shut his shit down. Oh, wait, hold on. It's going down on the Discord right now. They got Sick Humor TV going at everybody. What up, Jay? Who we got in the chat? YouTube is my job. Hold on, Sick Humor. Oh man, that's a whole can of worms right there.
Yeah, I gotta get sick. Oh, you know what? Let me reach out to Sick Humor right now. You about to turn this into a movie. Hold up, man.
Oh shit.
You want to try to turn this into a movie, man? Oh, you not entertained? Hold up, it's about to go down.
Oh my God.
It's about to go down in the DM. Hold up, let me see if I can get Sick Humor right now, bro. I'm about to reach out right now. He in the Discord going at everybody. Hold up, man.
We're gonna have to talk about the MPD's authenticity if you get in here. Bruno, I'm not saying you want crossplay, but if you don't want it, then just don't use it. I'm saying don't stop people who do want it from speaking out against Sony.
Oh yeah, I mean here's the thing. You know, I'm as of late, I won't be, like I said, to be honest, I haven't been the biggest Microsoft supporter. We all know that. King Pony's all right. These black dudes are rocking out with the PlayStation right now. This black dude, right? But I'm all for let me say this. For you guys, right? A lot of you guys that rock out with me, right? Been supporting me over the years. Look at it like this, right? And a lot of you guys are pro play, which is crazy to me. I've always had a bigger PlayStation audience than Xbox. It's crazy, right? Go figure. These black dudes, right? And a lot of these multiplex you guys want to play with me, right? And I have them on the Xbox or whatever, whether you Mortal Kombat, whatever, right? Just imagine that I don't have to go out and buy another goddamn copy. You know me, being a man, a colored person, living here in Trump's America, in a very little means. I just think that's dope. I mean, like King Wave, shout out to King Wave in the wheelchair, keep calling me out and checking. Of course, I got checking on the Xbox, you know what I mean? So I look at it from that, you know what I mean? You know what? And again, this is also my disclaimer. But if I'm gonna say this now, whatever reason, if Microsoft turned down the crossplay last generation,
they were wrong.
If it was for the reason of them not wanting to handcuff people to their servers or to their platform, they're wrong with it for that. But if it was for the fact that Sony were having a problem with the securers, servers not being secure. We all know the hack that they went through with what was that Lizard Squad? I forgot what was the people that hacked Sony back last generation?
I believe it was the Anonymous.
Yeah, not whoever. You know, what I mean, if it was for that, fine. I can understand it was for security reasons. And again, to be fair, you know, I mean, I'm gonna tell the truth on this one. Microsoft was way stingy with everyone. You know what I mean? Even with developers. You know what I mean? That's why I don't know if you guys, you know what I mean. EA games wasn't online for Xbox back when Xbox Live first came out. The EA wanted to run their own servers, and Microsoft was like, no, they want to open them up for security reasons. But down the road before, but like I said, if that was the reason why Microsoft did it, they was dead wrong for that. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm all about, again, like I said, moving gaming forward. I think,
and I'm already seeing this in the chat. How would that benefit games besides things like maybe fighters and shooters? First of all, shooters are the biggest type of game out there, but you're telling me you wouldn't like to play Red Dead Redemption, the upcoming game that's going to have a huge online with people from the PlayStation side?
I got one. Imagine a game like Grand Theft Auto, right?
Yep.
Throwing this out there. Imagine a game like Grand Theft Auto, and we can make like games. We're gonna call the Xbox the Bloods. We're gonna call the PlayStation the Crips, and we just get online and have a whole jihad, a holy war. You know what I mean? And mind you, check it out, because you know there are more PlayStation guys in the wild than Xbox right now. It'll be fucking shit mayhem. You know what I mean? They got the numbers, like shit like that. That's what I look at. I mean, that right there would be dope. You know what I mean? To see who got the better gamers. You know how you guys like to argue in the chat. Boot up. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You know, I look at it from that aspect. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are looking at it from, you know what I mean?
And you really can't gauge people if they want it or not until it's at least available for one game. Once you see how that game does, that's when you can judge if people are going to use the feature or not. Because the thing is, no matter who starts a petition on Twitter or whatever, they're obviously not going to get a bunch of signatures, like millions, because it's some dude on Twitter. But if you release it by the masses or have like big media outlets start pushing this shit even more, I bet you will get a gauge of who wants crossplay.
Hold up, I'm about to get into a sick humor here right now. Hold up. I'm talking to Alex right now. Hold up. I'm being messy. Sick humor. Hold up. Sick humor. Hold up. I know we follow each other on Twitter. He was supposed to come to one of the multiplayer. Hold up. 7200.
Oh shit.
All right. Alex said send him the link. All right. Do me a favor. Send Alex the link on Twitter.
All right, I got you.
Okay, let me go to sick humor. New message. Let's get in here. Sick. You about to put it in your shit now. You about to get your jaw broke tonight, Neth.
About to say your code. Yo, it's 2-on-1. Come on, man.
We gonna. Yo, are you? We about to do. Y'all about to get these pony niggas to beat the fuck out your legs in the chat, baby. Going down. You know I don't give. You know I ain't got friend or foe. Man, my integrity is always in question. All right, hold on. I'm gonna post this here. All right, here we go. All right, now I'll go back to the chat and see what's happening. Now I'll go back to the chat and see what's happening. All right, here we go. Now we're cooking with some grease. All right.
Man.
Alex said he's on his home. You send him the link?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we're going to move along with the show. All right, to Alex, get back, and we're going to revisit that topic, okay?
Right.
Okay, so actually, let me find you guys here on, here we go. So, shout out to everybody in the chat this far. This hopping in. Bon Lamont, Halo Storm, Neverland Next, Dark Link, Bruno. Who else we got in here? Flip. Let me go start from the top. Paradox Gaming Entertainment. What up, Z? This is Gotti, new channel name, bro. Shameless plug. Shameless goddamn plug. As he should. We got here Septic Meatball. Who we got here? Jay got him, coach. What's up, Jay? What's up, Jay? Alex. Oh, they got Alex in the chat right now. Hey, Alex, man. Hey, Alex, bro. Listen here. Bro, we need you in here tonight to defend yourself. My man said you had a mental breakdown on the live stream. They almost flagged Xbox Juice channel. You had to take down the footage. Phil reached out to Juice and made him take down the goddamn footage. You know what I mean? I need you to go ahead and explain what happened. You told me it was going to be rape. You know what I mean? You said it was religion that keeps people from raping, killing, and the power of Christ. I need you to come in and defend all this shit, Alex. My man Alex was looking real spooky last night, bro. Looking real goddamn spooky. But anyway, the topic of the show, I says here's that Nintendo and Microsoft passed on Yakuza, right? Early on, the creator. Let me go to the actual article. I don't want to lie on anyone. All right. Read the full story. All right. Now, I want to get your thoughts about this, right? And here's my disclaimer. I just recently started playing the Yakuza series. Yakuza was also pitched to Nintendo and Microsoft. And here's my gripe. I gotta give you my gripe, right? I know Yakuza 6 was probably, not probably is, but it was the most successful of the franchise selling wise as far as units, Yakuza 6. Um, and I got Yakuza 0 and I got 6, right? Because there was a lot of other iterations of the game. And I want to say that for those of you guys that are looking forward to play Shenmue or Shenmue 3 and never try the Yakuza series, same thing, more or less. It's like Yakuza is the spiritual successor of Shenmue, right? Now, there's a lot of talking, and I think that this game would have been better suited had it had English dialogue. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, I don't know if this was the reason that maybe Nintendo and Microsoft passed on it, but I'm just, it's a little monotonous. Have to sit back and read. Actually, you know what I mean? Everything's coming across the screen. Sometimes it goes kind of fast. And there's a lot of dialogue in this game. You know what I mean? Especially at the beginning part of it. So that's what I thought out there. So anyway, they said they turned down the Yakuza series. So it's basically what this guy's saying. Back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. You all up on me. Microsoft and and Phil's guys are glamour, to want to bring the series to the Xbox. And I know it's his great PC. Also, one of the Yakuza was on the Wii U. So like shit though. Whatever Yakuza that was, so horribly. But what are your thoughts about this now?
What are my thoughts on the Yakuza series being turned down? Well, I gotta say, while I don't think I would necessarily get into Yakuza, just seeing you play it, I don't know if that game is necessarily for me. There's a lot of dialogue, but then again, I wasn't really a person who would get into Shenmue. I thought that game looked a little weird for me personally, but just taking myself out of the equation, I don't see why you would ever turn down a game, period. Like, I don't know why you would ever turn down the potential customers you could get from having the game on your platform. I don't get why you would ever just turn down content, because at the end of the day, these consoles are all about having lots of content for it. So you can't just censor your content. Like, Microsoft is very guilty of that. Remember, I know it was never necessarily confirmed, but like Porter Rock said, and I very much do believe him, they said no to Hellblade at first, even though they actually ended up buying Ninja Theory, ironically. They said no to Hellblade. Like you told me, they wanted to take the chainsaw out of Gears of War because they thought it was too mature. Microsoft needs to stop telling me what I want to play. That's not right. That's not for them to decide. That's for me to decide.
You know what? And maybe they have, I don't know, softened their stance on it. But Microsoft has been very guilty of that in the past. You know what I mean? That's why this again what really pissed me off on Microsoft. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going after the Nintendo Switch audience? Like, what are you doing? Like, I am a mature gamer. You know what I mean? And it goes back to the thing about, realistic graphics and mature games. You know what I mean? That's shit that I started a few months ago. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like I said, actually it was a documentary on YouTube. I seen it. That's how I found that they wanted to take the chainsaw out of the goddamn game. And they Epic last minute showed it at E3, and Bill Gates loved it, and here it is. But even like I said, you take a game like Gears of War, it's not, it's not as mature or gory as The Last of Us. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not. It's big. The characters are big linebackers, more or less. You know what I mean? You're fighting aliens. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not as gory, like I said, as The Last of Us. Now, I don't know the reason why. I said maybe they have turned it down because maybe it's the part about the subtitles. Like, that is a big thing, and I don't know why. And again, like I said, they don't have English dialogue in this goddamn game. But that's one of my little pet peeves. You know what I mean? So, but maybe Nintendo say, hey, we don't got the audience for. I don't know. But I'm looking at the article here. It says here, ShortNet is now on PC, but the Yakuza is synonymous with 3 generations of PlayStation consoles. I didn't know. When did I remember it was on the 3 generations. I only remember it from the PlayStation 3. I didn't know. It must have came out on the PlayStation 2 also then.
Yeah, I think the Yakuza has been out for a very long time.
I just remember it from the PlayStation 3. And for a good reason. Nintendo and Microsoft had their chance, but simply weren't interested in the Japanese gangster saga. In the latest issue of they still put in magazines. Issue of Edge magazine has an enormous interview with the series creator. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this guy's name. Toshiro, I got that one right. Nagoshi, where he revealed for the first time that not only were the two of the three big platform manufacturers not keen on his idea for a series, his own paymaster at Sega wouldn't either. Sega wasn't fans of it either. Having gone over his own boss, heads to pitch Yakuza directly to Sega's new owner, Sammy. Oh shit! So the creator of the game, and kudos to him, showed some ball because he showed the game to Sega, and they weren't interested in the Shida because again, the Yakuza is a spiritual successor of Shenmue, literally. You know what I mean? And I'm saying this, Yakuza. I'm sorry, Shenmue does have a cult following, if I want to say that, a cult following. Never sold well. Actually, it's one of the reasons, one of the games that's kind of helped bankrupt Sony. You know what I mean? I think the first one, the second was like 50 million to make. That's not a lot now, but back then that was a lot, and it never made any money. You know what I mean? Never made any money. So he pitched the game to Sammy, Sega's new owner. I don't know if you guys remember back in the sixth generation, Sammy kind of and Sega kind of partnered. Well, actually, Sammy bought the most of the shares of Sega. Long story, and they were into like the arcade thing, the arcade machines. There's a lot of companies in Japan with Konami, Tecmo, those guys. Those how you call those bingo machines in Japan? They're huge. You know what I mean? And then you had the rise of developers in the West, like the EAs, and you know that's why I'm not. Just hear me out. It's a little history here for you. During the earlier parts of console gaming, the East ruled it. You know what I mean? Games will come out in Japan first or Asia, then released to the States. It's not like that anymore. You know what I mean? And look, they just can't compete. What happened was that EA, believe it or not, just one of the two, EA, one of the big ones, started making other things outside of Madden, Live. You know, that was really what EA was known for, was their sports titles. They made other little games, but EA started to buy up talent like DICE, BioWare, and they started making other goddamn games. And with this big, this big billion-dollar company behind them, they were able to, basically outspend in production-wise the value of, I'm not saying what games are better. Just saying, just like, look, I'll give you an example. Look at Tekken 7. I love Tekken.
Yeah.
Compared it to Injustice. You know what I'm saying? You see, it's
no comparison.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. And why, like, a game like, companies like Capcom are always in financial straits, finding it hard, like I said, to compete and keep up with what's going on in the West. You know what I mean? But neither here or there. So, what the hell was it? So anyway, like I said, you have that, and then like I said, what brings us to where we are now today. Now you have this how should I say, this paradigm on this new Microsoft, right? And kudos to Phil if this is true. You know what I mean? I like to give credit where credit's due. No, Phil, I'm gonna always say this. I always got to say this. I don't dislike Phil. He doesn't think that I like him for whatever reason. What will give him that these black dudes doesn't like Phil, but I don't. Some of the things that he's done are very questionable. You know what I mean? But overall, I think this is a good thing. Now, this guy is basically here. It's kind of like an unspoken rule where developers don't say much or who didn't want what or business deals were turned down. You know what I mean? Because you never. I'll give you an example. What Platinum Games is doing. We'll never go back and want Microsoft again. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a no. Like it's kind of like a no. It's bad for business. Not say bad for business, but you never know. Like I said, you like completely burn all bridges. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But overall,
just look at Insomniac Games. Like they could have easily said "fuck Microsoft" because they were just making PlayStation exclusives for the most part. But look at what happened with Sunset Overdrive. They eventually got on the Microsoft stage.
Yeah, and also too though. I mean, to be fair, Sunset Insomniac never owned a.
Yeah,
IP.
That too.
They never owned the IP. Never ever owned the IP. Ever so. But again, it's like, I look at it as like this, the developer from Yakuza is kind of like peacocking. You know what I mean? Look at me. Back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. I'm all up on me. You know what I mean? But, do you think the series is going to come to the Xbox?
I generally think there's a distinct possibility because Yakuza, I believe, is already confirmed to come to the PC. And at that point, I mean, I think Microsoft can pull some strings and say, look, just put it on the Xbox. Maybe digital only, kind of like a Nier Automata or what have you. But I think it's a very distinct possibility it could come to Xbox if Phil pushes it forward. If you guys keep saying, Phil, we want these type of games and so on. I know I keep saying Phil Spencer, but you have to at least quote at Xbox or something if you want these type of games. Push for them. Personally, I think every game should come to the Xbox unless if it's of course an exclusive or something like that. But we shouldn't segregate any type of game. We shouldn't censor any type of game. We should get all the content that is possible.
Hey, hold up. Shout out to Septic Meatball. He might get the fuck nigga of the day award for this. He said Japanese porn doesn't have any subtitles either, but it's still fire, bro. God damn, I just knew he was a hell of a father. Jesus. What the fuck? Hey, yo,
hey I always say this every show. You have the best chats in the world.
Yeah, he just cut now.
These shits are wild.
Hey, one white cone, man. I know I said Yakuza was on the Wii U and it's so like dog shit. You Nintendo, you know what I mean? You gotta realize Nintendo nigga, the most violent shit I used to was step on the turtle's head, man. That shit killed me when Garrett said that shit to Baron.
The Baron.
Yeah, the most. I know the Yakuza. One of them was on the Wii U. I said that and it sold like shit. It sold like 20,000 copies, literally.
Yeah, I mean it's not a big seller, but either way, even if it's not a big seller, there's a demographic out there for him. So why would you exclude them out of it?
Okay, hold on. My man here says, hey, Victoria Allison says, Z, yo, more crow for you. Your man Donnie D didn't want Yakuza.
He probably didn't, but as we could say, Donnie D wasn't the best at everything.
Yeah, he wasn't. You know what I mean? The Bang House was good, so you know what I mean. But here's the thing, okay, listen. I always get into this debate too about Donnie D and this, that, and the other, right? I always ask people, what is it about Phil? What makes you sing his praise? And all I hear, well, Phil's a good guy. Phil's a nice guy.
Yep,
Phil's a gamer.
that's all I hear.
Phil's a good guy. Phil's a gamer. That's all I get. Phil's a good guy. Phil's a gamer. Phil being a good guy. Phil being a gamer. Think about this now.
Yeah.
How has that benefited the Xbox? Phil took the Kinect out the box. Well, goddamn, cool. How as far as game wise? I mean, again, what? We gotta be honest here. What would you contribute to Phil's legacy for the Xbox, as you know right now?
As I've always said, the games that are strictly under Phil Spencer's. I might have to be messing with this one, but Voodoo Vince with the original goddamn assets, Phantom Dust. Those are straight up Phil Spencer games. Another Phil Spencer game, potentially Recore. I think that might be one of his. That was a fast one, so yeah, that makes sense. And your beloved Sea of Thieves
Disney
is
Rush?
a 100% Phil Spencer game.
Disney Rush with the 4K assets, the HDR.
That's a Phil Spencer type thing, yeah.
Yeah, Disney Rush, Zoo Tycoon. And again, so you know, how long has Rare been working on Sea of Thieves? 4 years.
Rare had a solid 4 years, yeah.
Okay, so we gotta get it the Phil too. So
yeah. That was 100% him, because he's the one who's like, I unleash the shackles from Rare so they can do whatever the fuck they want, and then they made a Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, so I don't know. So but Emily, listen, like I said, also on the Phil, no third-party exclusive content.
Yeah. No, I don't believe Halo Wars 2 was under Phil Spencer. I think that was a late Donnie D game, because you saw that kind of early on.
I'm just saying, okay, but even with that, the goddamn game released didn't even have no HDR. You got the Xbox S and the X and still no HDR, so I got to get that to Phil to him. So, no third-party content, exclusive content, no marketing deals, no theme consoles, shit advertisement. You know what I mean? But we get 92 iterations of goddamn controllers though. There was no money. There was no money for exclusive games because they was on the budget because of Terry Myerson. There's always somebody because of Terry Myerson. But they had we got a goddamn controller for the handicap, a turntable with some shit, right? We got fucking 60. It was like Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors of goddamn controllers, right? Like, we gotta be honest here. We gotta call a spade a spade. Now, have they been making some moves as of late? Yes, I'll give them that. You know, they've acquired a bunch of studios. I hope they do something with that talent, and you know. And
Z, can you agree? Phil Spencer basically went from like, guys, stop saying hashtag wait until E3. Say hashtag wait until next generation, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have to wait until we pop off in next generation to get your games.
Yeah.
Because realistically, you're not gonna really get much of anything throughout the rest of this generation. You'll get your Gears of War 5, or I think it's called just Gears now, and you'll get your Forza.
Yeah. Flip said the strongest move Phil made this generation was the backwards compat.
That was actually a smart move. A lot of people downplay that, but I will admit backwards compatible was great.
Hold up, Flip. I don't even think I can get that to Phil because that was on the table back in 2012.
Was that? Yeah. Well, I mean, didn't Phil like throw those people in a room or whatever?
They got it done, but that was on the. And also, you can't give Phil the X either because the X.
Yeah, Phil did not make the X. Like that was 100% a Donnie D signed thing. Phil may have said let's upgrade it a little bit, but that's about it.
the budget or the how you say the budget, the
R&D, all that.
shit came from Donnie D. Again, so that's what I was because going back when I was on my pro Xbox tour, you know what I mean, out that motherfucking selling all that DX12 and shit, right? I didn't understand how Microsoft could spend 1.2 billion and walk away with a weaker console. You know what I mean? That fucking blew my fucking mind. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, but that covered multiple SOCs, which I found out later. And I did a video about it. Again, everybody called me everything but a child of God.
I remember I didn't believe you. I thought you were fucking insane.
Nah, man. Let me tell you something. This real. A lot of people don't understand. What I don't understand is that, and maybe I don't know, maybe because my integrity is always in question, but my opinion is my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't have to. It's not that serious. Me going to lie about a goddamn video game. I never came out claiming to be an industry insider. I don't give a fuck. Neth, you know me. You know I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. You know what I mean? Like I be in my own little world. You know what I mean? I'm just saying what was told to me from a very, very reliable source. You know what I mean? Whether you choose to believe that or not, it doesn't even matter anymore. But I said it to say this. Again, you can't really accredit the X to Phil because again, that deal, all shit was signed up on the 20. And I always say this too. These are billion-dollar companies, right? They don't go what you call knee-jerk reactions. It doesn't work like that. We were always going to get from Sony and from Microsoft these mid-gen refreshers because they looked back and said before generation starts, they start the R&D and these talks around 2010, 2011, and they're looking at how the cell phone industry is growing, especially like I said, the iPhone. They're looking back, looking at that model. Every year, people going out and buying the new version of the iPhone. Hey, how can we cash in on that? You know what I mean? Listen, it's going to happen again next generation. 2-3 years in the market from the PlayStation 5 and the whatever's going to be called Xbox Scarlet or Xbox 2. When's that going to be called Scarlet? What's going to be called? Maybe just Xbox or whatever the hell. You're going to get a more powerful version that's going to. And again, it's not a new generation. It's just meant to run what you already have better. You know what I mean? That's what's going to be the case. You know what I mean? I said Brian said, and this is my reply. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. Damn. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one. I'll tell you about that off the air. Jesus Christ. Let's stay in some shit, don't know. But anyway, so you got as far as that. Now, moving right along. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna say this last thing. For my Xbox brethren, you know what I mean? I understand. I don't know why they still. I don't know. Neth, you still moving Xbox, Scott, but why they still keep beating the same goddamn drum and the same goddamn song. I understand what it is to be a fan of a platform. I understand we get behind these consoles. We root for them like our favorite sports teams. Trust me. I understand and I get it, But it comes a time and a point when you're like, God damn, though, I just knew I was a hell of a father. This is beyond Z. It just comes to a point like, when the fuck are we going to wake up? I spent since 2013 begging these motherfuckers to be the behemoth that they are. Going into what will be 2020, right? How you say first time shame on you, next time shame on me. And I don't have to keep fucking playing with fire to know the fire is fucking hot. You know what I mean? Now we went to say, again, like you said, wait from E3, now we gotta wait the next goddamn generation. Maybe I don't want to wait the next generation. Maybe I don't. And again, I don't know. Like this new regime, like I said, scares me.
Yeah.
They don't care about winning. And what I get from Microsoft. They don't care about winning. As long as they make the most money, which I understand this is business. I give you this analogy. As long as their name is on the trophy, they get to hand it to the winner at the end of the race. They're fine with that. And I just like the tenacity of Sony. Even with Nintendo, they want to go out there and annihilate the competition. They want to win. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. But anyway, Black Ops 4, the beta.
Yes.
I've been hearing a lot of. I haven't heard too many people sing this praise. I'm looking at the thing on Twitch. People playing. To me, it looks like Battlefield. It looks like Call of Duty. A lot of people don't like it. I know Crap said he's not.
I sent you a tweet if you want to share your screen about that one, and you could see
just now
how bad that game really is.
Did you send me a tweet just now?
Yeah, I sent it to you in your DMs. Yeah. But yeah, just that small clip. I know that's a clip that probably won't happen to everyone, but I'm just saying that game looks fucking horrible. I'm sorry. It really does look fucking horrible to me. I haven't played it yet, so of course I can't necessarily judge it 100% since I haven't played it. I'm not gonna lie to you saying I did, but I don't know. Do you guys really like that shit? Like, I always thought Call of Duty was more of a boots on the ground type game. Like, It doesn't need a lot of futuristic shit going on. I think Call of Duty was best when it was more simple.
Oh, we got going here. What the hell happened in this duty? Black Ops PS4 is going to see what?
Yeah, I think that's it. Just play the clip.
Has the beta came to the Xbox yet?
Yes. I've seen people play it.
Where's the one going
now? Do you see it?
What, the shield?
Yeah, like this dude ran up on him, shot him like 80 times, and he still didn't die, and then he got two-shotted.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't like duty, man. It's been the same shit to me.
Yeah, like I always felt the same way. Like I think Battlefield's the superior game.
He opened the clip on that motherfucker. I said, yeah, he opened the clip on him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he opened the clip on him. He sprayed him. That's some Gears of War rage right there.
Yeah, and he just like two-shot his ass.
Yeah, maybe they hit the tech.
No, that game looks like complete garbage.
Maybe they might hit pay dirt, like I said, with the
Here's the thing, even if you defend Black Ops, like, look, Neth, you haven't played it, so I thought it was fucking fun. Okay, fair enough. I know X Neverland here in the chat says it's pretty dope. Fine. But the mere fact that this game is $60 and they took away the campaign, fuck if I don't play the campaign, but why are you still charging me the same amount? And I'm not going to believe you when you say, well, I just put all the resources of the campaign to the multiplayer, because there's no proof of that. I bet you the game's going to launch with like a half-assed Battle Royale mode that's probably going to die out, and every other game had the Battle Royale mode anyways. Like Battlefield also had the Battle Royale mode, and yet it still has a single player. So I'm not buying that shit.
Oh, so Battlefield 4 does have a...
Battlefield 5, yes, it will have a Battle Royale, and it has to have a full-fledged single-player campaign. I'm not going to say the single-player campaign of Battlefield 5 is going to be amazing, but at least it's in there. The fact that Call of Duty took theirs out and will still charge you the same amount of money, I don't know how you can stand up for that shit. Unless if you really like that multiplayer, then I don't know. If Halo were to pull that shit, I'm a big Halo guy. I'm a fucking Spartan on the screen, but I won't buy that next Halo if they do that.
Well, here, like I said, you are. I never got the Halo thing. I'm more of a Gears guy. I've always said I prefer Gears over Halo. What do you think? There have been a lot of rumors about, this new Halo, the Infinite. Now, is this an actual game, or I heard it's just a tech demo? Is this gonna be,
what they showed at E3 was a straight up tech demo. That's all was a demonstration. But basically, what that demo did was, since the people you have on the show aren't too big into Halo. If you notice, when you went from Halo 4 to Halo 5, the game looked very different from like Halo 1 through 3. And that wasn't just the graphics, just like the way people look. Like Master Chief looks different, the Covenant looks different. There was a completely new art style with Halo 4 and 5. However, with the recent launch of Halo Wars 2, basically the lead artist on Halo Wars 2 went back to the more classic art style of Halo 1 through 3, and people really liked that. So with Halo Infinite, it looks like they're going to go back to that full-fledged art style. That's why they zoomed in on Master Chief's helmet. And if you notice, that looks like his classic helmet as opposed to what he has in Halo 4 and 5. And I think that Halo Infinite is going to be a nostalgia trip. It's going to be a nice 4K 60 game. It's probably going to be a lot like Halo Combat Evolve. It's going to be a lot more open-ended, because if you play Halo Combat Evolve, even though I think that's one of the more weaker Halo campaigns in my opinion, that's a very big open world game in a first person aspect for the time it came out. Like those maps on Halo Combat Evolved were fucking huge. And I think that's what they're going to go with for Halo Infinite. And it's just going to be a more or less nostalgia trip for the Halo franchise, which I think is a good move.
I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. All right. Now, there's it's a no-brainer that Halo Infinite, is this going to be the actual name of the game, or is it Halo 6?
I think it'll be Halo Infinite, because Bonnie Ross wanted to move to more subtitles, because you don't want to play like Halo 8 and shit, right?
Okay, all right, got you. So cool, right? Halo Infinite, not a problem, right? You see what Sony did with God of War, and not to keep wagging Sony's cock in Microsoft's face, how they completely rebuilt the franchise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And rejuvenated it. You know what I mean? Now God of War is bigger than it's ever been, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Microsoft can do the same thing with Halo, Gears?
with Halo. Okay, so that one's tough to answer because when you take risks in a franchise, you either have to do it really, really, really fucking well, like you did with God of War, and if that gameplay of the old just maybe wouldn't hold up in the modern era. But I think Halo keeps proving that that old Halo gameplay, even though you don't really like it, it holds up to this day. Like on the PC, they have this thing called Halo El Dorito, which is basically a Halo 3 mod for their Halo Online game, which no one plays the regular Halo Online, but they would like the El Dorito mod, which is just classic Halo 3, more or less. So people actually like the classic Halo gameplay. I don't think they're going to necessarily evolve it too much, but maybe if they want to do a spin-off game, maybe make an ODST Part 2 and make Halo into a third-person sneaking aspect when you're using like ODST soldiers or Spartan 4 hybrids. I think that would be a good idea. I have a video coming out about that. Or in Gears of War, I think what would be smart is if you just make it a more open world, you get to choose where you want to go and make quests.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Here we go. This is the juicy part.
Okay, now this is the part of the show when shit go left. Hit the like button, Alex.
Yo, what's up, man?
Go ahead, Alex.
No, fuck. Hold on. Alex,
Listen, me and Neth went at it for like 2 hours last night.
2 hours.
Okay, Alex, let me say this one thing in your defense, right? Now, mind you, right?
Right.
You know, my integrity is always in question, right? You know this about me, right? And you're cool with this. You know I ain't got friend no foe. I throw my grandmother under the bus. True fuck nigga, right? True fuck nigga extraordinaire. Now with that, that's my disclaimer, right? Now mind you, I was in minding my business,
Right.
trying to be the best Christian that I can be.
Yo, you going to hell, bro? I'm telling you,
Fuck
man.
that, right? Hey, listen, man, fuck that, right? And Neth inboxed me around 2:30 a.m.
I bet he did. I bet you he hit you up as soon as we had that conversation. He left that Xbox chat salty as fuck, bro.
Salty.
Okay,
all right.
Now listen.
He even he abused me verbally. Listen, he was calling me the N-word. Listen, it got crazy.
My god.
It got crazy in there, man.
All right, so check it out, right? He hit me up 2:30 in the morning. He said, "Yo, next gen, are you sleep?" I said, "Excuse me." Fuck nigga, wake up while you sleep. I said,
Yeah.
What's going on here? I was just laying down, just reading my Bible, the Old Testament. This is not the Torah.
So much shit.
Crazy.
So I'm thumbing through the Bible, trying to bring me spiritually closer to God, right?
Yeah.
So you ain't gonna believe this shit, man. Let me tell you about your man Alex. I said, what happened with Alex? Alex is a fine man. What happened with Alex? He said we were streaming. What you guys was playing? PUBG? I believe you're probably playing PUBG.
Yeah, PUBG.
All right.
We're get on some PUBG.
And he said, and I brought up the crossplay, and fucking Alex lost his motherfucking mind for 2 hours. He was saying all types of shit that crossplay is gonna have people raping people in the streets of the city, all murder. Like, what's going on, Alex?
So what I try to explain to this clown.
Yeah, get to me.
It's
He's a clown for that.
He's a fucking clown. Listen, Neth my nigga though. What I'm trying to explain to you is deeper than rap, bro. Like, I kept telling this dude, the Microsoft dudes don't hate Nintendo dudes the way Microsoft dudes hate Sony dudes. I said, you have them play against each other, they're gonna start buying each other. It's gonna get nasty in there to the point where people want to meet each other personally. Like, trying to tell this dude that, he's like, that won't never happen, bro. I seen this shit pop off in New York in the lines. Niggas start that fanboy shit, and they will pop off on each other. And he didn't understand that. Like, it flew over his head. Oh, but I'm a gamer. I want to play on my cousins. I'm like, listen, dude. Sony ain't trying to lose no money, man. They ain't trying to lose money, man.
Now listen. I want you to take it from Alex's perspective now. He's trying to keep the gaming community safe in these streets, all right?
Yes, he is. I told him he was a superhero.
He's trying to keep the crime rate down, fuck nigga. Alex goes to all the events. You heard? You heard?
It gets crazy.
That's how you run into Dragon 108 TV's facts.
Yeah, we're gonna knock his teeth out too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's at all the events, and it goes down in the DMs. Who might just call me on no? So again, you know what I mean? Now, Alex, how do you personally feel? Would you like? Answer one question. Your favorite game is PUBG right now, right?
Right now, yeah, always been. Yeah.
All right, PUBG, no doubt, is coming to the PlayStation 4, right?
Of course, yeah.
Wouldn't you like to kill some of these jokers on PUBG on the PlayStation 4 with the superior controller?
I tell you the truth, I really don't give a fuck about crossplay, bro. I said this shit to Neth yesterday. I don't care about it, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't care for it. You know, and I told Neth yesterday, I say, I ain't gonna lie, I'm still a little salty off the shit that happened last generation when Sony asked for it and Microsoft said, fuck y'all niggas. Like I said, you know what? Fuck y'all niggas then, bro. We don't forget. Oh, it's not the same people in charge. I don't give a fuck who was in charge. Y'all not gonna get it. We're not gonna help y'all. That's it.
Yeah.
And to Neth, your
my retort to that is like, all right, Alex, that's fine that you believe that. That's your opinion, but at the end of the day, $1 billion corporation is not going to have the mindset of a man-child.
Oh, I'm a man-child now?
A man-child.
We're gonna take it there?
Salty over it,
take it there? Harold and Kumar ass nigga?
Oh,
let's take it there.
Oh, shit.
Harold Kumar.
There, nigga.
God damn, dog. I knew he was a hell of a father. Hey, Alex, you funny as hell, son. That's that New York shit. Niggas just get the ranking it. Just get the hanging and shit, right? Well, hey, yo, what's up? Okay, so again, so here's this. You think, all right, now you see what's going on with Bethesda, right? Now, they didn't keep back Fallout 76. Right, but they say, you know, you fucking niggas ain't gonna get this. You ain't gonna get this.
You're gonna get a fucking card game. No.
Is this? And here's the thing: is this just the tip of the iceberg?
I don't think Sony gives a fuck about them. It's a bum ass card game, bro.
Yeah, even I made fun of them in that video. Just it's a fucking card game.
Okay, but what if EA takes that stance? You say, you know what? Listen, look like this. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna look at the. I'm gonna play the role of the protagonist here, right? Devil's advocate. He says there now it is cheaper for these companies just to have one server. Instead of having one for the PlayStation, one for the Xbox, one for the Nintendo. Like you take EA, you got one big fucking server. You guys connect from your migrate host. You connect from your Xbox Live and PSN or whatever, or PC to our server, and bam, here you go. Play all together in Madden. Instead of having a server for the PC, server for PlayStation, and a server for the Xbox. And also too, it does give these games longevity. I give you an example. I was just trying to get a match online in Tekken the other day on Xbox Live. It took a minute to get a match in Tekken. But if I had the PlayStation pool with those 80 million gamers out there, I know Tekken sold better. I could have gotten the match like that or like this. That's the way I look at it.
Honestly, I think it's deeper than rap. Like Neth said yesterday, the majority of Sony's income comes from where? The PlayStation division, right?
It does.
So like I explained to him yesterday, if I have a Switch, right, and I have a PlayStation, let's say the majority of my skins are bought on the PlayStation, but let's say I take a trip to Hawaii or some shit, and there's a new skin that I need. Now that money I was gonna spend on the PlayStation side now is being bought from the Nintendo side. Now Sony lost a sale. They're looking at it. I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. I'm gonna lose money because these guys want to play together. Fuck out of here. We ain't helping you, niggas.
But here's the thing about Alex. Let me break that one down for you. So let's take the same example. Sony is not doing crossplay with Nintendo right now, correct?
I'm saying with anybody. If it was
I'm talking about the example. Let's talk it to real life right now. Sony isn't doing.
No, I want you to say the stupid shit you were saying yesterday.
I will get to that stupid shit. I will get to that shit here in just a second. But just looking at your example, Nintendo isn't doing crossplay with Sony as of right now. So let's say you take that Hawaii trip. You have a Nintendo Switch. I believe you like to play Fortnite on it occasionally. Either way, if you bought that skin on the Nintendo Switch, Sony was never going to make that money regardless if the crossplay is here or not. They never lost a sale because they were never going to make that sale in the first place.
Just like yesterday, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Fuck, is you ignorant now?
He's not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Sony's going to lose a sale off that. They make money. Listen, like I told you yesterday, that's free money to them. They got a game in their store that's free to play, and all they doing is selling skins. You think they're gonna want to lose money?
Did you listen to what I just explained to you?
I understand what you just said.
You bought on the Nintendo Switch, right? So Sony didn't get that money?
I had the same argument yesterday, bro, and I understand what you said. But what you're not understanding, what I'm saying is, now they lost the sale, regardless of the fact. Remember, these skins are limited. Some of these skins will pop up for 2 days or a day or 24 hours, whatever it is, and once they're gone, they're gone. So let's say if I take that trip, now I lost that skin, the availability to buy that skin. Come on, bro.
Okay. Yo, like I just told you, if you take that trip right now to Hawaii, bring your Nintendo Switch along because it's portable, and you buy a skin, was Sony ever going to get that sale anyways?
They would have gotten it if I would have had my PlayStation with me.
Yeah, but you chose to take your Nintendo Switch because that was in your example. I took
it because Fortnite's available on it.
Yeah, but do you understand what I'm telling you? You were never going to make the sale on the PlayStation regardless. They never lost the sale because they're never going to make the sale.
I told you, the mindset of a lot of gamers would be, oh, fuck it, I could buy it on all 3 platforms. So whichever platform I have with me at the time, I'm going to buy it on there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I told you yesterday.
So if a gamer had all 3 platforms, they will just do that regardless.
Bro, but you're not understanding what I'm saying. Like Mendes told you yesterday, these two other corporations are willing to take that loss. Sony isn't. And it's like you got mad at that, and that's when you left. He's like, you're fucking stupid, man. You're retarded, and you left.
And then
out of the chat like
every time I try to explain to you this example, you always shut me down and try to ignore it.
I shut you down with facts, though. I told you, Sony ain't. All right. Sony ain't in the game to lose money.
All right, remember, Alex, we got an audience here, Alex, so they haven't heard this example. Only you have.
All right.
Anyway,
so now y'all heard it. If y'all in the business
to lose money, repeat the example for the audience, Alex.
Go ahead.
So let's take the game Fortnite, right? Fortnite is the pinnacle of a game as a service. It's literally a free game, and they make money off microtransactions. That's the whole purpose of Fortnite, and it's a huge game, the biggest game in the world. So let's see. Fortnite is the biggest game in the world, like I just said, and all the communities except for, Nintendo. Well, actually, just only the PlayStation community is segregated from them. So if you had crossplay and it was just one big community, what would that do? That allows more people to stay in the game, to keep spending money, and people will stay on the preferred platform and probably just spend the money on the preferred platform because that's where they buy all their shit. That's where they play the most. That's where they'll probably end up just buying it.
And like I told you yesterday, as a gamer, that sounds great for you. But if I'm in the business, like I told you yesterday, because I kept going over your head, if I'm in the business to make money and I allow that to happen, and they prefer to buy their skins on the other platforms and not mine.
I think Neth is just fucking stupid. I understand what you fucking saying, Alex. Neth on some
bullshit.
My God.
These black dudes.
Yeah, these black dudes. You bugging the fuck out right now.
He called me the N-word and everything yesterday, man.
I understand. I understand what you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I understand what Alex is saying, but then what, give me the other side of this thing. Now, so Sony said, "Look, what about this? What about PC? Because Sony does allow crossplay with PC and mobile. If I'm not mistaken, right?
They do.
Now, are they still losing a sale? Then
that's what I want to ask Alex. Are they mad at mobile and the PC?
What sense? What are you saying?
Okay, I got it.
Because think about it. You're allowed crossplay between the PC and mobile, even on the PlayStation platform, right? It's just not against the other consoles.
But my mobile is not a gaming console. My mobile.
I'm telling you're allowed crossplay on those platforms. So if you buy something on the iOS ecosystem, Sony doesn't get a cut of that, but they allow crossplay regardless.
Bro, we're talking about mobile that no one takes serious.
Hey, yo, Nethos, you better chill out, man.
Who's taking that shit serious, bro?
Alex, I heard Alex before I got on. What you say, Alex? You punching old women in the face for like an Xbox?
All that shit, yeah, all them RKO number and all that.
He's gonna go down in New York City, man. You better watch out.
But regardless, if we take the mobile or PC serious, that is a platform that people spent money on and moved to PlayStation. Is PlayStation mad at those platforms?
I want you to bring up numbers on how much they really making off of mobile with the skins.
How much they're making off mobile?
I'm talking about. Listen to the example you made. Listen to the example you made. You said they buy skin from Fortnite on the mobile.
Yeah.
Compared to the PlayStation, which one is making more? Which one is bringing in more money?
I would say mobile.
It'll probably be mobile. Yeah.
Being bought on mobile, Fortnite.
Yeah, bro.
Hell no.
Fortnite. Look,
nobody's taking Fortnite serious.
Alex, June 26th, Fortnite sales game soars to 318 million in May on mobile.
Of what?
On mobile.
Mobile. Yeah, mobile. You know, Alex, everybody.
I'm not gonna take mobile seriously. It doesn't mean shit, Neth.
Hey, yo, everybody has a cell phone. Everybody got a cell phone. I'm not getting.
All I know is Sony ain't in the game to lose money, man. Like I was telling Neve yesterday.
But they're okay with losing money as long as it's a mobile and PC.
They don't take. That's not their real competitor, man. Nigga, what are you talking about? The real competitor here is Microsoft and Nintendo. The principle
still stands. Sony didn't make a sale off any of those, but they allow crossplay.
We talking about console here, Neve. You keep jumping to mobile. Stop riding dick, bro.
Because that's the example I can only give since Sony won't allow crossplay between the other consoles.
Why you want it so bad? Your only reason was I want to play with my cousin.
He just want to make Sony look bad. I think that's his
But when I told him the real problem is why Microsoft ain't sitting here letting you play free-to-play games without Xbox.
And then doing a video about how that's dumb.
No, it ain't about a video. Y'all want to stress about crossplay, but you don't stress about that. Come on, man.
So if I don't stress about it, then why did I make a video about it?
No, why you Xbox dudes don't talk about that more than this whole
crossplay?
Because is that being put on the news? Is that being brought up by developers constantly?
No, it's because y'all want to No, you want to jump on whatever.
So, no,
you wanna
Bethesda
jump on what-
wants to make Sony look bad.
Oh,
EA
because-
wants to make Sony look bad. The news wants to make Sony look bad.
That's all right. But who's top dog right now?
Tell him, Alex.
Oh man!
Facts.
So if all else fails, it's run to sales.
Top dog.
All I know is Sony being both Nintendo and Microsoft
But what
combined.
head
All right,
top
Marty
behind
Moss,
that?
you're here, bro. So let me bring this example to you. Let's say we got two kids here. One, his name is Jimmy. One, his name is John. Jimmy and John have parents. One is the PlayStation platform. One is the Xbox platform. Jimmy, his dad is the PlayStation platform, and John is Xbox. So Jimmy and John, their fathers come together and they allow them to play together, whatever. And the thing is, since they're platform holders, they have their own stores. And the PlayStation father looks at John. He's like, you know, he bought this weird skin over there at his father's house. I don't want him playing near my kid anymore. I wanted to make that goddamn sale. So he's upset, right? Because supposedly the PlayStation platform person lost the sale. But here's the thing. John, who is Xbox's son there, he was never going to buy that skin on the PlayStation platform regardless, whether they allowed crossplay or not. So either way, they were never going to make that sale. So what is the point of excluding them out anyways?
Yo,
Neef,
same regardless.
You know what you did to this nigga Neef, man? You got this nigga feeling like he black, man. We gotta put this nigga back into the white area. We gotta put this nigga back in his place, man. You bugging.
Let me explain something to you. Microsoft, Neith, ain't done nothing since they came to the game. They saw what's wrong with the game. So I don't want my kids playing with nobody that got an Xbox console anyway.
Wait, hold on. You talking about sick humor?
And mind you, we didn't even get into we ain't even get into the whole other topic I told him about toxicity.
Do you really want to go in there, bro?
Let's go there. Let's go there.
I'm trying to warn you. Do you really want to go in there?
You're gonna say, oh, you can just mute them, so then it takes away the whole point of playing with other people.
No, I want
to communicate. Isn't Fortnite a communicated?
Okay, Alex, tell me if I'm lying right now, okay? You said the streets will run red with blood. You told me there will be pedophilia out there. You're telling me people are going to start stabbing each other.
Alex is out punching old ladies at the Microsoft store for buying an Xbox. This is crazy.
You're telling me all this will come to fruition.
You know what's funny about Neef?
Available.
Neef live in the woods with his dad, bro. I'm in the streets, nigga. I tell you what, I can show you. Dudes fighting on
show them what it's like out in these streets, Alex.
Alex is trying to save lives. No,
come on, bro. Yeah, Neef ain't never been around that. If Neef seen a fight, he would know to call the cops or hide somewhere. Come on, man.
Alex, I told you, Alex at all these midnight launch events, bro. What the fuck you talking about?
You know what time it is? Yeah. Yo, Neef, when was the last time you was out there for a launch?
When was the last time I was out there for a console launch?
Yeah.
Probably never.
Exactly. So how would you know about if you don't have any experience behind it?
Because I don't think if they allow crossplay that suddenly people will start killing each other.
You saying think. I'm telling you I've been there. So if I'm telling you I've been there, I've seen it, why you even
you question his integrity? He's been there. He's been there.
Hey, look.
So as soon as you open the floodgates to Xbox people, they are so toxic. They will start murdering each other.
Look, man. They ain't done nothing for the gaming world. They've ruined the gaming world, man.
Listen, man.
No, Seamus Blackley let you know yesterday.
He's smoking that hookah with that extra pen. I see you.
No, I'm just messing. Hey, look. Here's the deal. As a gamer, right? I think crossplay would be dope. You know what I'm saying? But the business side of me has to prevail here to where it's not so much crossplay. You gotta respect Sony's business gangster for this. And I'm one. I'm gonna tell it to y'all. No fear whatsoever. I don't give a fuck if Alex gonna punch me or not. I don't like none of Sony's shit. I don't like none of it. None of it, except for God of War.
Right.
With that being said, you gotta respect your business gangster. What? Think about it like this, Nethos.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. For every one of those scenarios that you just gave with Timmy and John.
Yeah.
How many more would say, look, Dad, all my friends is on PlayStation. You got to take this Xbox back and get me a PlayStation. You see what I'm saying? Right. So that's why Sony has the approach that they're having it, because it's just business smarts. I get crossplay while they're not doing it. The thing where I think Sony is shooting themselves in the foot is cross progression. If you have someone like me that might have Destiny on an Xbox system, and I might want to play with Alex on the PlayStation, I'm not going to want to start from the beginning, so I might not get it for PlayStation.
Correct.
But if I know my shit is going to transfer over, then I might get it. That's why I think Sony needs.
Do you want cross progression? Hold on, Alex. Do you want cross progression
for 2K? Hell yeah.
Okay, but so if they allow cross progression, Sony's losing a sale.
In what sense? If I'm just going over
what
there
you were just talking about, because you could take all your shit over, right?
Listen, how much shit on you. I'm not buying nothing on the Microsoft side. Now, if I tell Z, y'all want to play?
No, you not lose your shit.
Stop talking over me.
Oh, okay.
Let him talk, fuck nigga.
That's what he's doing yesterday. He tried to talk over me. I'll backslap you. Don't fuck with me, bro. Listen to me, man. Look, what I'm trying to explain to you is I'm not buying nothing over there. Now, if Z tell me he want to challenge me in the park in 2K, but my characters are 99 on the PlayStation, I ain't trying to sit here and work them up on the Xbox. I'm trying to transfer that same character over to play against Z and go back. That's okay. That's what I want to do. But you talking about shit that you buying? Come on, bro. You bugging.
No, because cross progression would also mean shit you buy would go right over.
No, because you can play two. See, I'm saying you don't know shit. Go play soccer. Listen, on 2K, you can either build your character up by buying, or you can play through the season and build him up. It's up to you. So, what are you talking about, Neth?
Because you know cross progression exists in Fortnite, and that means you can take over your skins and shit.
No, we're talking about
he does have a point. That's why I think Sony's not doing it, Alex, because they don't even want you bringing shit from another console. Look, Sony's cutthroat, man. They don't want you buying shit on the Xbox and bringing it on their console.
Especially the majority of money is from the store.
Okay.
So he's not understanding that.
But
let me ask you both a question.
Kid I want it for my friends. I want to play with my school friends. Come on.
So let me ask you two a question. What? When you make a game console and provide a gaming platform such as PlayStation, Xbox, do you have one consumer or two consumers?
What you said? Run it back.
If you have a gaming platform such as a PlayStation or Xbox or even the Nintendo platform, do you have one consumer or two consumers?
You're not setting me up. I'm just here for the fuckery. You can answer that, Alex. I know where you're going with this shit.
How many types of consumers do you have?
Listen, you got two types of consumers. You want the one who wants the hardcore and the exclusive.
Nope, that completely went over your head.
Listen. I'm trying to give you
It completely went over your head. Then
how many things I tell you went over your head? Come on, don't give me that bullshit. Fuck out of here, bro. I know what you're doing, bro. I'm gonna always have my way. Listen,
then what am I doing?
I speak for the Sony people. We don't want that bullshit. We trying to get money over here. Keep riding that wave over there, man. Don't play your little Xbox, man.
So okay, for the record. So, Alex, you don't care about cross gameplay whatsoever.
Cross gameplay, I don't care for it. Now, if it's cross progression,
even though I cared for it for NBA 2K, but all right.
Cross progression, dickhead. You a dumb nigga. Shut up.
Okay, look at it like this, Alex. Your favorite game is 2K. Like and I have never done the my player and stuff. You got to show me the ropes. I'm gonna do my player this season. And I'm gonna be streaming and all that good shit. Never done it before, right? All right, so you got to show me what's good with that, right? Now, imagine you got it on the PlayStation, right? I got it on the Xbox.
Right.
And we want to meet each other in the motherfucking park.
Right.
You don't think that's ill? Xbox squad against you get your top 5 PlayStation guys. I get the top 5 Xbox guys.
Alex said there's going to be a bunch of motherfuckers dressed up like Michael Jackson beat it with crowbars.
Imagine that right there. Boom. We fucking getting it in. Boom, boom, boom.
Man. I really don't give a fuck though, man. You understand? Like,
no. Here's the thing.
Listen,
it's all about cross progression, which is basically like a form of crossplay.
No, it's not. Neth,
how is it not?
You got so much arm hair on your. Listen, relax. Go shave, my nigga. We got.
Shit.
Oh my god.
He hairy for a little while.
Shit. Yeah, you ain't missing out all day. Just
crossplay, but you want to bring all your stuff over, right?
No, you ain't just hear what I said earlier. My example. Cross progression.
Yeah, you want to bring all your stuff over, which is cross progression, right?
Hit the like button, guys.
All right, what progression you getting out of Fortnite? Does that skin make your character better?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you can take it over.
So how is that cross progression though? Explain that.
How is it cross progression? Okay, you can take your skin over to the PlayStation platform. You can take it to any platform.
Progression. You know what that means? Progression. Well, how much work you put in your character? He's not getting it.
You can level up. If you level up, maybe you have a better chance of getting skin. I don't really know. Fortnite's a free-to-play game.
You don't know nothing. Listen, don't talk if you don't know, man. You don't even play Fortnite, so why you worried about it?
Okay.
Why am I worried about it? Because it's not just Fortnite that's trying to do this type of shit.
Right. Who else is trying to do it? That's been a big deal.
Bethesda wants to do it. EA wants to do it.
What they
niggas,
nobody worry about that shit,
man. Get this dude, man.
Look at like this. My man Flip Base, if cross progression existed and then 2K loses his style.
That's what I was trying to say, but he wants to shrug that under the rug.
Listen, shut the fuck up. Listen.
Like
my man Mendez said yesterday, why you think GameStop doesn't allow what was it? What he said yesterday? Price match.
Price matching, and GameStop is not a failing business, right?
of course, everything's digital. We're talking about before the digital age. They were making money. But why you think they didn't price match like my boy said yesterday? Why he
because they would lose even more money, which they're losing money anyway, so they're fucked.
Say it how my man Mendez said it yesterday. Sony isn't doing crossplay just the same reason why GameStop isn't doing price match. Because if they did, they lose money off of them sales. If
Did I not just say they're not losing money?
Listen, no, you said more money. Stop exaggerating.
Okay. I look like this. So you think Sony will lose a sale, right, with cross gameplay?
That what you said?
Wait, so you're saying that
He thinks Sony will lose a sale due to crossplay? Yes.
They'll lose a shit ton of money. Yeah. Like I said,
but it's all about progression.
As far as hardware,
which is the same thing.
Listen, the majority of their money is based off what? Off that PlayStation Store, right?
Okay.
You see the quarterly earnings, right?
Okay.
So now if you start allowing crossplay and all the DLCs that they're buying from their store, if that shit starts to get chopped in half, how does Sony?
Well, no, because you're still buying it on your PlayStation. You're just playing against the Xbox guys.
But not everybody's gonna have the same mindset as me and you.
No,
there's gonna be other guys out there that say, "Oh, I could buy the."
For some reason, he thinks that they allow crossplay. People who normally bought stuff on the PlayStation suddenly start buying it on Xbox.
Listen, we're not talking. We're talking about the normal consumer. That's
literally what you said.
Okay, not the hardcore. Neth. Listen, you see what I'm saying? Shit goes right over your freaking.
Okay, let me try to break this down. So, I don't Sony losing the sale from the store because I don't see no one going out to buy an additional console. Still gonna play on your PlayStation, or now you just get to play with a bigger demographic of people. If anything, maybe the publisher will lose a sale of them buying two versions of their game, but they gain but they gain on the back end because they only can run one server, right? Instead of having a server for the PlayStation, server for this. And again, their player pool was much bigger. When more people were going to buy, it extends gives the game legs. You know what I mean?
I get that, but how does when we look at Call of Duty when it launches every year?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mind you, we throw everything on one server. You know how over flooded that one server is gonna be?
What do they do it for? I mean,
it's with the regular servers now, and they get over flooded. And you got to be waiting
they
for patches and shit.
They will have to.
Yeah, but that's a thing on just Call of Duty. Does Battlefield get over flooded?
Nobody buys Battlefield, bro.
I mean, they could.
They could
probably.
All right, so Neth, are they selling the same as Call of Duty? Battlefield?
Battlefield's not selling the same as Call of Duty, but it's certainly selling quite a bit.
So how you comparing the two?
Because Battlefield's like probably the second highest selling first-person shooter every year.
Hey, but hold on. That's EA does dedicated service, right, for this shooter. I know.
They do.
Yeah, and Sony. Activists use them hybrid listening service, them bullshit as peer-to-peer.
And look at 2K. Every year I buy 2K. The shit be broken for a week straight.
Listen, check it out, right? Now here's a true story. Time from a true story from next gen, right? And I'm not going to be messy. I'm not going to say any names. Because for me like me, I will buy the 2K on the PlayStation and I will buy it on the Xbox just to play with my son at the time or any PlayStation guys, right? And I said, this is part
You're
of my
just a little kid, Z.
Yeah, and I said that and I said a certain developer, I said 2K, I said if Microsoft gives you guys access to dedicated servers, why aren't you using them? Like this game runs horrible like shit online. You guys are, this is I think 2K14, and his exact words were to me, in my DMs, to say it wouldn't be fair to Sony and their fans if we were to use those things. But that's what he said to me, bullshit, not word for word, right?
No, yeah, I think you said this. I heard.
Yeah. So we're true story. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? And that's just the companies being cheap using dog shit servers. You know what I mean? There's no as big as a goddamn game as 2K. That shit should be on dedicated fucking servers. Now,
every year the shit's broken.
I know that, but even Ubisoft has stepped their game up, and I think 4 Honor is one of their games are now going to dedicated servers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But especially you got an always online game. Like,
and it's also cheaper just to have it as a one big server.
Yeah.
Or this shit's actually more expensive for them.
Listen, Neth, you a diehard Microsoft dude, bro. But you not trying to front for these Sony niggas.
You can cut the servers down a quarter if you do crossplay. But like I said, man, I mean, I get it. It'll be cool for gamers, but at the same time, we gotta understand as consumers, man, we can't always.
But MM2K, let me get back to my old question. How many consumers are you trying to sell when you make a gaming platform? One or two?
I can't.
Alex said two, but he said the wrong two.
Why would there be the wrong two?
You got the first one, right?
You mean from the console maker? From the console maker standpoint?
The console maker is trying to sell their platform to gamers, obviously. We as the consumer, and they're also trying to sell it to fucking developers. Guess who wants crossplay more than fucking anything? developer.
But guess what, Nethos? At the end of the day, guess what? Bethesda, who hates, we know Bethesda hates Sony more than I do. What do they threaten Sony with? A motherfucking card game. They threaten them with Uno. Come on, man. Look, Sony's just too big right now. And if Sony maintains the mind share and the gap in the gaming community, this ain't going nowhere. If Sony stands firm, and I keep saying this, and I'm not saying this like to this is not racially motivated or anything. These are you got to understand the Fortune 500 world. This is a Japanese-based company. They hate nothing.
Stingy as hell.
They hate nothing more than cooperating with the wide-eyed Americans. That's how they look at it. You know what I'm saying? And this is their form of cooperation with them to give up market share when they're so far ahead. They're not going to do it. In order to make them budge, you really have to hit them in the pocketbook. And right now, listen what happened when this first came to fruition after E3, when everybody was like, "Ooh, Sony's gonna get hard." I even thought that their stock price got hit because of the crossplay thing. What they do, they start talking about bundles. They was released in Europe. And they was released. Guess what happened? When NPD for June was released, what did they say? There was really the software sales dropped, but Sony's console sales went up because of Fortnite. Bro, I'm telling you. Hey, look,
he don't look at it like that. He don't look at it from a business standpoint.
From the business standpoint, they're not going to do it. And Bethesda is a that's my favorite company. But right now, them leveraging Uno to make sure Sony do this, it ain't happening, bro. Not yet.
So then let me answer this question, and I'll let Z go. Okay. How does a game as a service live? What does it mostly rely on?
Yeah, as long as you have people.
It relies on people, right? Yep, so if you made it one big community, that game stays alive longer.
I get what you're saying, Neth, but it also takes away from the fact of us buying different consoles. It makes it, you're just united into one. So it makes no sense.
And you know what matters more if you do that? Exclusives, like you guys push, because exclusives are what matter the most. So they're gonna matter even more.
Not really, because look at your man Doom. We were talking about Doom.
So exclusives don't matter anymore, right?
No, to him, there's people like him that say, I don't care about exclusives because the way Microsoft hasn't been giving y'all exclusives, y'all already came to fruition of. It's okay. I don't care.
Who that was Doom?
But here's the thing: Doom will never buy a PlayStation regardless. So Sony will never make a sale off him regardless.
Well, no, what Sony is hoping for is like in that same scenario that you gave, instead of Jimmy looking at Johnny like, we can't play together. Jimmy goes to his dad and be like, look, you better get me a goddamn PlayStation because that's what everybody else got. It happened in my house. My kids were diehard Xbox fans. Last generation, I had to keep them off my Xbox. Now, my son, who is an Xbox diehard, all of his friends got a PlayStation. He's like, Dad, when am I getting a PlayStation 4? I'm like, God damn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because all of his friends were playing Fortnite on the PlayStation 4. That's the scenario that's more happening now than it is we just looking at each other like, we can't meet. That scenario is happening, but not as much as likely as the kids going to the parents like, yo, the PlayStation 4 Xbox ain't the way.
Well, what happens if next generation, like it's rumored, Google and Amazon suddenly come into the console business and they allow crossplay?
Google's their doo-doo soup. You know why? Because they got Phil Harrison.
Yeah, but what happens if there's like fucking 5 platforms and 4 allow crossplay and it's only
how many of them? How many people gonna take them shit serious though? Neve, come on, let's be serious here. You think?
How do we know to not take it serious?
You think Fortnite's gonna be around forever, bro? This is just a phase right now. Halo was a phase.
So you don't think more games are gonna want crossplay?
I peeped that shot, nigga. Bro? He said Halo was a phase.
He said they want Fortnite style crossplay.
Bro, listen to what I'm trying to explain.
EA wants Fortnite style crossplay.
At the end of the day, you're riding high. Listen, Neve, you're riding high off the Fortnite wave. Before Fortnite got hot, how many people were talking about crossplay, bro? Let's be honest. Nobody.
We didn't talk about it because we didn't think it was
nobody. No, it wasn't. That wasn't possible. No, you're too young to understand that. To you, it wasn't possible. To you, it wasn't possible, but it was always there. Nobody cared for it though. That's what I'm trying to
pay the bills. We got to pay the bills. Okay, so the homie, he ain't for shit. Top Dog said for $2, Microsoft is the worst gaming company. I know they ain't do nothing for gaming. Top Dog ever, never, ever, ever. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, go ahead. Back to the regularly scheduled program.
Speaking of which,
I'm saying this shit right now. It's just a phase, bro. It's just a phase.
When crossplay actually did happen between Fortnite and PlayStation by accident, was everything bad?
Bro, nobody cared for it. Nobody knew. Who knew about it, Neve?
We had to discover it, and that's when Sony shut it down.
Well, who knew about it? That's what I'm asking you. Who knew about it in the gaming community? Who cared about it?
Nobody did. Z made a whole video about it.
Who's we? You don't even play the game.
No,
why do I have to play specifically Fortnite to support crossplay?
Bro, what other game does crossplay besides Fortnite?
Besides Fortnite, lots of games fucking do crossplay. Rocket League does crossplay.
That are as popular as Fortnite?
Wants to do crossplay with their games.
Right, but you see, every time I try to bring a point, you talk over me. But the games that are as popular as Fortnite, which games are those that are doing crossplay?
Minecraft.
Bro, we're talking about as popular. Minecraft.
Hey, Alex, I thought you was knocking mugs out in the line, man. Come on, bro.
Hey, hold on. Give my man a chance. Hold on. Hey, Neth, you a fuck nigga for that one, bro.
You talking about little kid shit. Like, nigga, I'm a grown man. I ain't gonna sit there and build
Roblox fuck niggas doing crossplay. Okay, here's a question. All right, to be fair. Now, what if next generation, right, and this becomes normal? Like you say again, it is cheaper for these companies to just have one server. And again, more people, the bigger player pools, mean that more people are going to spend more money. It gives the game legs, right? So that title can live longer, especially for a company like Ubisoft. I'll give you an example. Take a game like Ghost Recon and how Ubisoft, not even just Ghost Recon, how Ubisoft are supporting Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, those and giving them legs. Now you imagine, I don't know what the player pool is on the PlayStation or the Xbox. Imagine you putting that all in one thing,
those
right?
Demographics.
Yeah, and again, I like against Ubisoft. I like how they gave us the Predator DLC for Ghost Recon. How they gave the Splinter Cell DLC free and all that shit for Ghost Recon. That was dope. And again, just the way that they handled that, that franchise. I'm sorry, that what's called. That's when again I think. Not I think I know. I kind of hog ties gaming. If Sony's not going to get a board, like I said, you do have next generation, and I think if a lot of these more big, like I said, EA or Ubisoft, whoever, start to put their foot down, either they're going to have no choice but to do it. Here's the thing. What about this? What about Microsoft? What about the big money dick? Right, the big motherfucking money dick. Bam, and do like this and balls shit like they did with EA with Titanfall. Buy, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Say, hey, we're gonna give you $100 million. We want crossplay. You know what I mean? Don't put it on the PlayStation. Now, what if some of the big, because again, multiplats are bigger than exclusives. What if they do that, and again, Sony start to lose some of the game? And what if this Google console or this Amazon or whatever console are a big, huge success and they're doing it? And it does put and even Nintendo's doing it. You know what I mean? And what if like you say, it's always about hypothetical. Even when Nintendo makes a capable console, and you got only again. Sony on the odd man out. Now, say if the Switch 2.0 or the Switch 2 comes out, and it's on par with the X, this for shits and giggles, and they allow crossplay, and 2K does crossplay with Nintendo with the two, you understand? Or EA does it with Madden, like it does leave Sony out there looking kind of spooky.
Let's say if they do allow it, like, look, because people in the chat are saying that it doesn't benefit me. I'm not saying it does. I'm just looking at it from a business standpoint. I'm explaining it like if I'm Sony as a company and explain to you how we lose money, whatever. Let's say the day it does happen, right? Like Neth just said earlier, that's when the exclusives are going to speak for who wants to play on either platform. Right now, you're not even winning in that department. So how is that benefiting Microsoft, Neth?
How is it benefiting Microsoft?
You have no exclusives.
They're moving gaming forward, and they're appeasing to developers who are a consumer base for them.
No, but you're saying that the exclusives are going to make it.
And Microsoft, am I incorrect in saying they've bought multiple studios and are planning to make bigger exclusives?
All right, so you're basically riding off hope to say.
Yeah, I am.
So you got a company that's riding off hope, and we got another company that's established. Who you think I'm gonna go with?
You're gonna go with Sony, like you're always gonna go with.
I'm saying the average consumer. Fuck me.
The average consumer will probably have to go with the PlayStation because Microsoft's gonna have to try harder than ever to convince them to stay.
Look at what you're saying, though. So how does that?
So what I'm explaining to you is what's better for gaming. You have to force Microsoft to try more. Is that a bad thing?
So you got to force them to try more when they should already be doing it?
Is that a bad thing that they have to try more, though?
It's a bad thing they've been in the game for how long and they still trying?
So we're going to change this, instead of going to crossplay and doing stuff, we're going to change this to a fanboy war thing?
No, it's not a fanboy war. I'm trying to bring you all aspects. I'm trying to bring you everything into one pot. You're going to lose at the end. At the end of the day, it goes based off of what you said.
And if exclusives were so important to Microsoft, why are they allowing them on PC? Microsoft just cares about getting a bigger demographic regardless.
Well, then you with the wrong.
They're bringing
console.
their exclusives to fucking phones, probably.
You're with the wrong console then.
And either way, crossplay, as you said, doesn't really affect you much. It doesn't really scare you.
It doesn't. It doesn't make.
So it doesn't affect you as a consumer. No, and what are you, Alex?
And there's many people that feel like that about it. Like there's a whole bunch of people out there that feel like me. I don't care for crossplay, bro.
Yeah, so don't use it.
I didn't care for it before. I didn't care for it now. I don't care for it now.
Didn't you say you cared for it last generation?
No, I didn't. I said.
Did you not come to the show and say that?
No, I said I felt some type of way when Microsoft shitted on us and said no. That was my problem. The fact that they said, "Oh, fuck yeah, okay, fuck us." So when we back on top, don't ask. And that's exactly what happened now. That's
look, here's the deal. And let's just say if Google and Amazon are successful, then that would mean in order for them to be successful, Sony would have to lose. They would lose market share in order for them to be successful. So it would be more of an even playing field. Yes, if it's more of an even playing field, then Sony might want to do it, just like how they did it last gen when they weren't in the lead. You know what I'm saying? What I'm basically saying is for this generation, for this to see Sony crack, it's not happening until look. What's the dude Sweeney, or what's the dude's name from that used to be part of PlayStation Europe that first said that they didn't want to do crossplay because he was protecting the kids and the babies and shit like Wu-Tang.
Sony's for the children.
Yeah, for the children. Yeah, like Old Dirty Sweeney or whatever his name is. Then he changed. Then somebody came to him and was like, "Yo, just spit the math, man." And he said, "Look, we're doing this for the investors, okay?"
One of the Sony ex-developers or network guys or something came out and said Sony's doing it because.
Oh, hold on, my headset fell off. What'd you say, Neth?
So like the problem is that if we're expecting this to happen now, until you see Microsoft bang out NPDs month after month, you know what I'm saying? Sony comes in the third place. Look, this is just going to be a beef between Bethesda and Sony, and we already know. We know since last year that Bethesda hates Sony. Sony don't really care for Bethesda. It's just a business thing. That's why they interact with each other. And until it comes to fruition on the NPD that we see Sony losing month after month after month, or their stock price slide, which we thought was happening earlier in false alarm, this is not happening this gen. Period.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I don't think crossplay will happen this gen because Sony won't budge. They don't have to. But I'm thinking by the next generation, if they do end up doing crossplay, what does that say about you guys who don't want it?
I mean, it's not that I don't want it. I can understand.
Alex, are the streets going to run red with blood?
Yeah, the motherfuckers gonna get beat with shovels, man. In the streets of New York, man, straight up. No, I don't care. But what you gotta respect. I'm just saying, as a consumer, we gotta respect the business side. Like these developers, what they would love to do is they would love to charge, have DLC for an additional $50 all the time. The console makers know that would kill the consumer base if they let that happen. So they're not going to let that happen. The buck stops with the console makers when it comes to these console games. So regardless if EA rumbles or Ubisoft rumbles, it don't matter. At the end of the day, they got to pay their royalty fees to Microsoft and Sony. They got to put the shit on their platform. The buck stops with them. Sony's is the HNIC right now. They got to get through Sony. And until it hits Sony in the financials or in NPD, they're not doing it. Period.
Tell them.
All right. Well.
And it's not like I said, I'm not doing this shit to be. I mean, I am the most dangerous pony. Well, I am the most dangerous pony.
I see how you stood out of that.
Let me say this one before we get the hell up out of here. What if Sony does change their tone, Alex? About it.
Then I guess they're willing to just take that loss. But I'm trying to. I personally, I can give a fuck about Sony's money. I don't give a fuck about it. My whole thing is, I'm trying to tell him from Sony's side, this is the way they looking at it. When I'm saying it to him, that's the way I feel like they're looking at it. Me personally, I could give two fucks if they did it or they didn't do it. If they did it, fine, cool for the gamers. Do what you got to do.
You wouldn't want to play against Xbox guys in 2K?
I wouldn't. I mean, I barely fucking play with I only play with my peoples. I really.
I'm just saying. Just look at it from the gaming community, right? Forget this. You being part of the gaming community here on YouTube, right? And the little spats we get into here, shits and giggles, right? And to crack Mr. 100 head and fucking whatever the hell, you know what I mean, for bragging rights. Just
right.
You know what I mean? Like I did Kid Smooth dirty, knocked him out and peed in his mouth and Matt. You know what I mean? Real disrespectful. You know what I mean? Just for bragging rights alone. Just again, PUBG. You got your squad, we got our squad. You know what I mean? All right, let's make it happen. Right. I look at it as bringing the community together. You know what I mean? You can imagine how many tournaments or YouTube for the culture. They're doing it for the culture. Us right. Here, you know what I mean? Or, you know, I'll give you an example. When the Broadband Bullies were playing several other podcasts and gears or whatever, everybody tune in for that shit just for bragging rights alone. Right. That's the way I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? Like, yo.
No. It would definitely, I guess, be cool because I could kill y'all niggas on purpose.
Yeah.
But it just takes away the whole exclusive aspect. Like, so what's the point of having a PlayStation console and an Xbox console, whatever it is?
Only play those exclusives.
Yeah, for the exclusives. Yeah.
You don't have them, Neth. That's my beef with you. You don't have them shit.
Yeah, but why are you worried about Xbox sales? You said you don't care about the money.
So what? This nigga don't make no sense. So how is Microsoft going to keep the doors open if everybody's going to buy a PlayStation because of exclusives? You sound
That's
stupid.
for them to worry about, not me.
Oh, this nigga. Yo, can we end this shit? This nigga's stupid, bro.
Oh, shit.
Damn, Diesel.
I mean, it is the, what do you call it? The exclusives that give it consoles idea. I mean, to be fair, right? I don't care for right now. Sony exclusive that they're releasing is more tailored to me and what I like to play, right? You know, I guess I was never been your typical Xbox guy. I never gave a fuck about Halo. Don't really care that much about Forza. You know what I mean? I don't, you know,
same here, man.
Forza, but I like Gears. Gears is my shit. I can play that shit for hours, right? And you know, outside of that, anything else, you know, I didn't even give a fuck about Sea of Thieves. I've always said that wasn't the answer, Sway. I've been on the record saying this shit numerous times, right? But again, I say you got your community. A lot of my friends are there. That, you know, I met a lot of guys on the PlayStation guys on the side. These guys are starting to talk more. I'm having fun. I'm living my best life. Give a fuck about you, bitches. I'm living my best life right now. So, but with that being said, you got some Xbox guys. You see them week after week when he shows. They don't give a fuck about God of War. They don't care about. They got their trash and Spider-Man.
Yeah, of course.
They're fine with their Gears, Forza, and Halo. They're cool with that. And that's them, and more power to them. You got some Xbox guys that no matter what, you got jokes like T Reaper, even though he doesn't own a PlayStation, are just zealots. And on both sides of the, I say on many sides, you know, on both sides of the fence, that they don't matter what PlayStation got. They call them shits, like shout out to my brother Xbox Juice. He don't like this. He don't want to done games. He want to go fire up that motherfucking boat with him and do 6 hours on Sea of Thieves. That's his shit. You know what I mean? But you got that on, like I said, on both sides. But there are a bigger install base that don't buy. Look at motherfucker. That don't buy exclusives. They buy these consoles for the multiplats. You know, which I've always said, multiplats outsell exclusives 10-1. You know what I mean? God of War was a phenomenon. You know what I mean? And which kudos to them. I think it's dope. It's great for the industry. You know what I mean? But the games like that are few and far in between. But big as God of War is not going to outsell Red Dead Redemption. You know what I mean, or the new Duty, the new Battlefield. You know what I'm saying? The new 2K, Madden. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. So, you know, that's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so, somebody just pay something in the chat.
Oh yeah, I'm as in SKM. Bethesda would be batshit crazy to lose out on 80 million base.
It would be.
Now next gen, I can see it. If gamers put the money where their mouth, that's right. That's why they come in there with Connect 4 shit. We ain't put Connect 4 on. Hey, no. Let them say they ain't putting Fallout 76. Then we might have a discussion.
Yeah, that's what I said. They did that with Fallout 76. But here's the thing, though, right? You know, the developer, like I said, would they get somebody? Like I said, I guess all this is a big what if. What if Google comes out and they're firing on all cylinders, and they got, you know, a dope ass console, powerful, compete, rival Sony and Microsoft, and they're doing all the consumer friendly things, cross-play, cross-progression. And we'll see if Nintendo finally puts out a decent console that can run in all the third-party multiplats like they're supposed to be run, and they're still allowing cross-play and all this shit. What makes it look kind of is the fact that Nintendo's on board with this shit.
Yeah.
That's what really got me shaking my head. Like, God damn, Nintendo.
You know why Nintendo's with it? Because they don't really got online. So you think they going fuck? They messing with Microsoft. They want Microsoft to do their online.
Except Microsoft only does their online for Minecraft, but let's ignore that.
Listen, they're gonna team up with Microsoft to get their servers or some shit. Trust me. Nintendo ain't. ain't experiencing that section. Come on, Neth. Nintendo don't even got
I mean, and if
they don't even have a gamer tag.
So if they do team up, which you could be right, I'll even agree to that. Does Microsoft make money off that, Alex?
What off the?
If they team up with Nintendo, Microsoft makes money, right?
To make money off this online, yeah, because now people are paying for online.
Microsoft makes money. Here comes, watch out, Apollo.
I see what you're saying, but what I'm trying to tell you is, Nintendo don't have a real online system.
Yeah, so that's a Nintendo problem. As you would say, that's a you problem. That's a Nintendo problem.
I don't know what microphone you're using, but I feel like you yelling at me, brother. Turn that shit down, bro. This motherfucker, he got me over here hot. I'm ready to meet up with him.
I guess, man. I like I said, man. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm gonna reach out to Shameless Blackley, cause I see he took a little jab at Sick Humor. God bless his soul, man. I'm gonna dedicate a show to that tomorrow.
Hey, big up to Sick Humor, man.
Yeah, my man. Yo, it's crazy. Yo, even Pre-Rock was like, man, that dude's Sick Humor.
Hey, bro.
Hey, yo, listen. I made the mistake of going back and forth with him on Puerto Rock dog shit.
Why? Yeah. I said,
hey, bro, I can't do this, bro. I ain't about to do this shit here, man. No, listen, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't mind. I don't mind this shit nigga going back and forth. I mean, I can sell motherfucking sand on the beach. It is what it is, right? I live for that shit, right? But you ain't right now. You ain't even making no sense, bro. I ain't about to do this shit. Him and Puerto Rock are going back.
Once you get to the point of questioning the NPD's authenticity, you're lost.
Yeah, I ain't about to do this shit.
You're too far out.
But now, what he did, what did he say about Microsoft ain't brought nothing to gaming?
Apparently there's a troll tweet though.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, bro, because the day before that, when I was talking my shit about how I got receipts on mugs acting funny about Spider-Man, how now all of a sudden they love what's the company making it again? Insomniac, like, and how they was hating them for Sunset Overdrive. He was like, well, let me answer your question with a question. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm just making a statement, man. Nobody want that Encyclopedia Britannica bullshit. Yeah, he's dead serious on that, bro.
Also, he said he was trolling. He said he was trolling with that tweet, then.
No, he wasn't trolling with that, bro. He said it. He said, look, if you don't agree with me, so be it. Deal with it. The end of story.
Come on, what Microsoft brought. I mean, here's the thing. I give Nintendo credit for what they done. They took it. Actually, saved gaming. Atari, you know what I mean? All that goddamn shovelware. And then the NES came out with such a breath of fresh air. That's what I tell people. I was a huge Nintendo fan. I was the biggest Nintendo guy in the world. And then Genesis took a little. What would you attribute to what Genesis or Sega brought to the gaming industry?
Oh, Genesis is my favorite console, bro.
Well, of course, I liked it. I believe it. I liked it. My Genesis, because the Genesis was out around the time the NES was out, and then the Super Nintendo came out. But the fact that Sega allowed blood and Mortal Kombat and all that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, to me, this is my opinion. Maybe we showing my age. The reason why Nintendo was killing Sega at the time because Nintendo had more buttons on their controllers, and you had games like Street Fighter. You know what I mean? I remember when the Mortal Kombat came out for the Sega Genesis or Street Fighter or something, you had to hit the select button. The other button, shit was crazy. So they came out with the button with the 6 buttons, the controller with the 6 buttons and shit, right? 3 up top and 3 at bottom, right? But like I said, what came after that? So then, then Sony got into the gaming industry, and you get CD or games were on, disc, and Nintendo wanted to stick with, cartridges. You had Sony was the first one. Was they the first one to do analog?
Yeah, they killed it with the analog sticks, bro.
No, technically it was Nintendo, but they
Nintendo. What was it with the game?
That shit doesn't matter.
What was it? Was it with the N64?
The N64, yes.
It had dual analogs.
It was one analog.
Okay,
yeah, it was one analog. But I'm saying Sony had the dual analogs and the D-pad, man. They had shit everywhere, man. Yeah,
but Nintendo, I think, did bring the Rumble first.
Yeah, they did. Okay. Yeah, they had Rumble first. That's what they had to pay. But then, like I say, what Sega maybe introduced online gaming to consoles, but Microsoft redefined it and mainstreamed it, mainlined it. You know what I mean? With Xbox Live and voice chat.
Sega was ahead of the game, man. Yeah. Remember when with the Dreamcast they had the memory cards that they turned into like gigapets?
Yeah,
You play a Sonic game. Shit was crazy.
You know what? Believe it or not, I'll tell people. You know what killed the Dreamcast? Believe it or not, what killed Sega?
$2.99.
But not even so much that they know they lost back in the day, and people don't realize how big they lost EA. This was Madden and live.
Oh, they lost
but they had that 2K deal too. 2K was the shit back then.
2K didn't really become the shit to
people gave 2K a chance to like GameCube.
The people gave 2K a chance when they went down. They dropped the late titles to
$20. Yes, that's what EA needed to do.
Yeah, I've been rocking with 2K because not just from the Dreamcast. I still prefer Madden and Live because I was just the way that they played. That's what I preferred. But they didn't have online for Xbox Live. EA Sports Titles went online for the first 2 years of Xbox Live, so I was forced to get 2K, and I loved it. And when EA came online for the Xbox Live, during the original Xbox, I didn't care for Madden and that shit no more. You know what I mean? I was done. 2K better, right? I was a 2K fanboy. Now, like I said, with that being said, so I guess Microsoft made it mainstream. Like I said, voice chat mandatory, achievements. Xbox Live parties. Made it.
But see, it wasn't just the features. You know what I'm saying? We talk all that features now because that's all we got. But you look at the games. They brought like those PC Western developed games and put them on the map. Armed and Dangerous, Jade Empire. You know what I'm saying? Shit you would normally see on the PC. They ported over to the console. Halo. Because what I'm saying? And brought them to the console crowd. So that was and that's a big thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but
just like your preferred platform and say that I prefer this platform, but the other ones that I really don't prefer brought something to the game. You can't say Microsoft brought nothing to the game, or they wouldn't get what they did.
I was an early adapter to PlayStation 3. It was dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I paid $600 to throw in fucking Rumble. The online was bare bones. That was like some real live Wii U shit there. There was no voice chat.
Yeah, because they had that Rumble lawsuit.
Yeah, it was fucked up, but shit was kind of spooky over that motherfucker, man. But credit to Sony. They said, hey, you ain't got if you can't beat them, join him. You ain't got to reinvent the wheel. And they got with trophies, they got parties and everything they got right now. But like I said, to say that Microsoft bought nothing. No, but I'm gonna say this though. A lot of people, will say gaming, or a lot of I guess zealots would say that they didn't want Microsoft out of the gaming business. They just want fucking Nintendo and Sony. Trust me, you don't want that.
No.
Competition is great. I told you yesterday. Competition is great. Listen, I haven't felt like, all right, like I was telling him yesterday, PUBG, the way I feel about PUBG, like it makes me want to have an Xbox. There hasn't been that many games on the Xbox to make me feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I agree.
They need that. They need that back. I want Microsoft. Listen, when I talk shit about Microsoft, I'm only doing this shit so I can keep clowning them, whatever it is. It's all trolling. Yeah. But I really want them to do well. They need to do well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but unfortunately, it looks like they don't want to go that way. Like, they're just putting all the shit on PC anyway, so they don't even have to buy an Xbox unless if you only want to be console. That's
a problem.
I mean, the PC shit don't bother me because I don't own a PC. I just need.
Yeah, but I mean, they're gonna bring it to phones and shit.
Yeah, I just need them to drop fire shit, man. Like,
yeah, and that's what they need to do. That's what we always complain about.
I want them to give me a reason to own my shit. That's what I'm saying.
See, for the traditional gamer that just plays on the console, I think that's where Microsoft is fucking up, because if I'm a traditional console gamer, what initiative do I have if I am Bethesda or a third-party developer to put my game and pay them royalty fees to put it on your console? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're putting all your shit on Steam, I mean on PCs and phones and tablets. For PC, I got Steam. For phones and tablets, I can use the Google Store. I ain't got to pay that extra fee if most of your clientele is diverse to other areas. Why even waste my time dropping shit on your console? That's my concern. You know what I mean?
To answer Top, though, he said Sega killed Sega. One of the big things was when they fell out with EA is that the Sega Saturn had shitty developing tools. Like, it was very hard to develop.
It was horrible.
And they just came out and just stealth dropped another goddamn console, and a lot of developers felt burnt behind that. Like I said again, they lost EA. We gotta realize this. So on the Dreamcast, you couldn't get Madden, you couldn't get Live, whatever the hell, what I mean, just stay fight. Fight Night wasn't even out back then. But what else? NHL hockey, and again, this is how you say. This is how you say. What's that commercial they used to have? This is sports, big sports. Now you're in the game. EA sports titles back then were bigger than fucking Call of Duty, Fortnite. Yeah. Madden and all that shit was huge. You know what I mean?
Yo, what's good, people?
Oh, here we goes.
Oh, man.
Field Defense Force. Now, what's up, Post?
You know what? I just wanted to hop in because I read that tweet on Twitter.
Which one?
Microsoft has.
Hold on, pay the bills real quick. Hold up. Jamal King said 500 beans for nothing, and the X keep freezing. I'm sorry.
To say Microsoft hasn't gave anything to the industry is ludicrous.
Yeah. Here we go. Bro, you pray at night to Microsoft. We ain't even gonna try to hit you.
I'm just saying. I just wanted to hop in.
Pull that rug from your neck and throw it.
I just wanted to hop in. Without Xbox Live Arcade, you don't have Steam Store. You don't have an App Store. You don't have none of these online stores that you have now without Xbox
what happened
Live
to the arcade, man? That shit disappeared, man.
Hold on. That started a whole different lane of revenue for not only gaming but for online stores, period. All right. Then you get into the gamer score, the gamer tag, and achievements. All right. That's point blank, right? So around the time that the PS2 was out, if the OG Xbox don't come out, the way the PS2 was selling around that, you don't get the PS3. Sony was going to drag that PS2 out until they sold every last one of them. When Microsoft entered the game,
you know that for sure?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, because yes, I do.
So when's the next Xbox?
At 150 million PS2 sold, them things were still selling like hotcakes. If Microsoft don't enter in with the OG Xbox, what's there other than Microsoft to force them to do anything?
Listen, but ain't nobody fighting what you're saying. Look, I told Z earlier, competition is great. Evolution is great. I never doubted.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I was responding. Right. I was responding to that tweet. And it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot more other stuff.
I thought I said something wrong. You came in here coming at me like, I came in here with my guards up, bro.
I already burnt you in the last debate. You don't go back and kick what's already dead. You just bury it and move on.
Listen, man, you look like you got that rug on your neck cleaned up. You're talking real crazy right now. I hear you.
Shit, man.
I just had to top that. I'm on my last little break. I get off in like an hour and a half.
So when you just came in here talking shit and you gonna leave? No, you stay in your ass right there, bro.
I do that.
Hey, Seamus, as a fan, Seamus, please come talk to the man Z. You know what I'm saying? Just have a nice little powwow with him. You know what I'm saying? We would like to hear from the old guard.
He not follow me on my new Twitter. I gotta reach out to him. Hey, this is Zaire, next gen. Follow me,
please. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. But it did a lot, man. It's a whole lot. The first system with the hard drive, unified memory, man, all types of stuff. Then you get into what they did with the 360 with the unified shader architecture. It's a whole lot of stuff. With the controllers scheme as far as what Halo did for the FPS market on consoles and stuff like that. Man, it's a whole lot of stuff they brought to the industry, man, for people to try to downplay them. I know you can hate. Ain't nothing wrong with you hating Microsoft. But to say that and do nothing,
when they got a patent, when Halo did something, was the first 60 frame? What was it? Something as far as the shooters.
It was a patent with I forgot because I know back then it was hard for developers to find a control scheme with throwing a grenade. I guess holding a weapon and throwing a grenade at the same time. I know, but it was something like that.
I know Halo was the first shooter to do something.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know what the fuck.
I think back in the day when you had shooters, you either had the ability to shoot the gun and then you had to switch in order to throw the grenade. I don't know if it was Call of Duty or Halo was the first one where you was able to shoot and throw a grenade at the same time. So I know that was one of them. But
I understand all that shit you saying that they revolutionary. They bring all that to the table. They still losing. How you bring this shit to the table and you losing?
Because they ain't hungry no more, man.
I mean, they lost this generation, man. They took
this generation. You only had one good generation. That's because Sony did bad. You think Sony fucking up again? Hell no, nigga.
Sony didn't do bad in the PS3 era. They started off.
Listen, that $600 price mark and that bullshit press conference.
But they still sold around what, 80 million.
Yeah, they still was only down to the most Sony was ever done was 8 million. The most Sony was ever done was 8 million consoles, so they ain't do as bad. It was just the fact that they did so well with the PlayStation 2 and the gap closed so big. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. What Sony did is what Microsoft should have did this generation, and that's focus on exclusives. You notice when Sony started making their own shit, That's when shit started to turn around for them.
Sony been killing since the beginning, bro. They've been killing before the games even came out.
You know what? Sony, it was just the right time for
Halo.
It was just the right time for Sony because a lot of those exclusives that you all be screaming about this generation started towards the end of the PS3 era. That's why you didn't get them until later in the PS4 generation. That's why they wasn't there at the beginning of the. That's why they
Uncharted 1 and 2. Uncharted 1 and 2 was on the PS3.
Let me pay the bills. Okay, Jamal King says this is an urban myth. Let's kill this now. Jamal King says Sony still sold more PS3s and 360 in the end. I'm glad Post Up is here. No, they didn't. For one, because Aaron Greensberg, right? Post Up came up in 2015 with a tweet saying that the 360 was on top again. Lastly, the 360 killed in software. All right,
yeah,
that's where you make your money.
That's why they made their money on last gen, and Sony just replicated what Microsoft did last gen. This gen, Microsoft came out of the gate fumbling, and they could never recover. I don't see a repeat of this generation next generation.
Wait, you don't see my Sony being successful next generation?
I'm talking in terms of Microsoft. Sony is going to always be successul. They are a household name in gaming. That's something you can never take away from them. They're going to always be successful. Right. They put in the mud
that Microsoft can't even touch.
They put their foot in the mud way before Microsoft even came along. Microsoft was in the gaming industry, but it was more so on the PC side.
No, I know that. Trust me, I know that.
Console industry, you know what I'm saying? They had to,
they said Post Up slipping into a diabetic coma. What's up with you, brother?
They had to figure out things work, but you know what I'm saying? They fucked up this generation.
You know what it is? One good generation, though. You can't even say this generation. Xbox was dog shit too.
They've been in it only 3 generations, so we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the problem with it is Sony took advantage of the fact, and my man, what's his name? Oh shit, that worked on Killer Instinct for Adam Boyes. Yeah, he said it himself. He said what happened was we just took advantage of Microsoft slip-ups. We didn't have all the killer software at the beginning, so we just took advantage of their slip-ups. You know what I'm saying? He said we were looking at each other like, what the fuck is Microsoft doing? And they just took advantage of it from the beginning. It was like it was a gift wrap present, you know, and you can't be mad at Sony for doing it. They did what they needed to do, you know.
Listen, the next generation is gonna say a lot about Microsoft. That's all I gotta say about that.
No, that is true. 150%. 150%.
You know what I'm saying? I'm riding high for them. I might buy the shit because I'm a dumbass motherfucker that buys everything. And yeah, I can't wait. Yo, what's up with that? How you feel about that Live 19, man? That should look all right, man.
Oh yeah, I'm saying I'm gonna get it. It's $30.
If it was $20, I would have bought it.
It's $30.
30? Nah, don't say that. Where?
If you get it now, you pre-order it now, it's 30.
From the store?
Yeah, I'm gonna pre-order it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what's up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pre-order it. It come out like 2 weeks before live, a week before live. I mean, okay,
man, I've been had skills. Man, you trolling in the chat, man. I want show receipts. Show receipts, bro.
Hey, that VJ, I've been had skills. Nah, just real shit. You know, I don't give a fuck about the Microsoft. Shout out to Aaron. Aaron, I haven't spoken to Aaron in forever. Put out an official tweet on. You can find it. You know what I mean? That they surpassed it by far. They had a good 2050. I mean, I think the tweet was $100 or some shit, and they sold that 2015. They sold a shitload of 360. That shit broke records again. That shit was $100.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But
like I said, this holiday season, if the PlayStation goes down to 200 and it stays at 200, you could expect the PS5 to come out next year, man. I think so,
bro. I think why would they drop the P? They don't need to.
You know why? Because think about it. What are they going to talk about next E3?
They could talk about their games. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a minute before.
All right, listen, like, the way y'all complain, y'all keep talking. Oh, they keep bringing the same shit to the table. I feel the same way too. They probably going to bring the. I think they have something out for next year. I think that PlayStation 5 information.
Hey, look, they said Microsoft. I mean, Sony said, look, we can sell 150 million PlayStation.
And they're going to do it. They did it with the PS2.
Yeah, you know why? Because when the PlayStation 5 come out, shout out to Lionel Bolton too. When the PlayStation 5 come out, they're still going to be selling the PS4.
Right.
You know, and it may be
at a lower price.
Yeah. But he said
when they did it with the PS2, when it was PS2 converting into PS3, it was still selling PS. The PS2 was outselling PS3. So it's gonna sell. It's just gonna be a lower price mark.
Lionel Bolton said if Sony had never messed up at the beginning of the PS3 and made it PS 2.5 with better graphics, the Xbox 360 would have been another Dreamcast.
That would have made more sense. The PS2 was the shit.
It would have been closer. It would have been closer. It wouldn't have been another Dreamcast. I mean, you had Mass Effect and BioShock come out there, man. BioShock came up with its own genre with the action RPG.
Let me say, if Sony had never messed up at the beginning of the PS3 and just made it like you mean like a PS2 Pro, they had I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that what he's saying? But we went from high definition. They had to. But they had to make a new generation because remember the 360 and the PS3 was the first generation of high definition graphics for console gamers, and that was like, oh shit.
Yeah, them games wouldn't have been supported. You know what I'm saying? The PS2 and a half wouldn't have been supported because it wouldn't have had the cable.
I will say this, Lionel. Sony was very, very, very cocky. I didn't get mad about the 2 jobs shit, whatever. You know what I mean? Because I was probably out there selling more Smack than motherfucking Smack, man. At the time, I was so shit. I was at that motherfucking streets knee deep back when the shit came out, but. They didn't have anything. As far as, I'll give you an example. The price tag for $600, it didn't look better than what was under 360 for $300-400. You know what I mean? And I bought both. And of course, they consider the exclusives came out later. Of course, the exclusives looked better, but their price tag didn't warrant. You think with $600 console, it should look a lot better than the competition for fucking $300, $400. You know what I mean? And to me, that was the biggest thing they had. And another thing I said again, the controls didn't fucking vibrate and. And I remember Microsoft being very aggressive back then. I remember them doing these looks. There was a spot in New York. They had something running on. I think it was Fight Night. They had Fight Night on the PS3, and it was. They had Fight Night at the PS3, and they had Fight Night on the 360. And if shit performed better on the 360, like you gonna pay $600 for this? For $600,
nobody wanted to learn that cell processor. That's what happened. Yeah, listen, Sony shot themselves in the foot with everybody. The industry themselves, they shot themselves in the foot. They look really bad, and. They're not gonna. I doubt they're gonna do that dumb shit again, man.
What they tried to do is they tried to make the PlayStation 3 last 2 generations because they looked at the PlayStation 2 and how well it sold under my man's theory that you could have do a PlayStation 2.5. Well, they couldn't have done it with the PlayStation 2, but they had that idea with the PlayStation 3. They said we could have the cell processor that if people know how to use it, we're gonna have the best looking games this gen, and then next gen our games might be second best looking, but they'll still perform well. And nobody could just use that cell processor, and the price point was too high. So yeah, like Alex said, they kind of shot themselves in the foot. But Jack Tritton, big ups to Jack Tritton, that motherfucker, he did wonders for PlayStation, for Sony at the end of last gen. He brought them back, and he said, "Yo, we got to focus on the gamers." And that's where the PlayStation 4 came into play. And then they
started making exclusives that mattered, that pushed them forward.
They started making them investments on them exclusives late last gen and the resolution, because they knew resolution was going to be a big deal at the beginning. When Microsoft was focused on Kinect, they was like, no, look at our Uncharted 4. Look how realistic this shit looks. While Microsoft was trying to have you play bubble wrap on the Kinect. That's what they were showing motherfuckers. So
Microsoft definitely dropped the ball with that one, man. But like I said, man, I guess before we get the hell up out of here. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Lionel, what's good, man? Haven't seen you in a while, good brother. I hope all is well, my brother, Lionel Bolton.
Where'd Neth go? It sounded like he went to go Ramadan.
Man. Back there praying to the goat.
Hey yo, he's texting his uncle Sacha. They talking bad.
Hey yo, it was a real shit. When I met Neth, hey yo, you couldn't tell me Neth wasn't white. I thought Neth was white.
I thought me too. They told me he's Indian. I said, nah.
No one believes me.
Yeah,
Harold Kumar ass nigga, man.
I said, no, I'm Indian. He said, well, technically, we are white. I said, Neth, you get your ass about here, bro. With that self-hate shit.
If you actually look it up, Indians to the north side are actually more related to Caucasians.
I don't know.
You kind of sound like a white guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, damn. Man, you roll with us. That's all fuck. You all fucked up.
Yo, that's something about just as bad.
You ain't getting them perks.
Hey, yo, that's about just as bad as them Puerto Ricans thought they was white. Until that goddamn hurricane hit their ass.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like I didn't. You know what? When I'm saying
this government ain't shit, man.
Hey, yo, let me tell you something, yo. I always got a true story to tell. Like I'm from the hood. I watch them guys from the projects. And of course, we grew up Puerto Ricans and stuff. And we all say, nigga, that's just the way that we talk, whatever it is. I mean, it is what it is, though, right? But I, like, some Puerto Rican parents or whatever didn't want, like, how you say, the kids playing with like, that was very, like, something. And then all their kids went up and dated black guys in the project, and they all had babies, so they all got mixed together. But I didn't realize until, like I said, this hurricane, that a lot of them Puerto Ricans are, like I say, Republicans, and they consider themselves European because they was colonized by Spain. But white folks don't look at Puerto Rican. They look at them being as a minority. I didn't realize that shit till this thing hit with this goddamn thing that they consider themselves to be white.
See, like I'm from the hood. We look at so like in the hood, you already know. They say us Puerto Ricans are black. It's true. Do I sound like a Puerto Rican to you? No. You know what I'm saying? Do I look like a Puerto Rican to you? No. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you're a dark Puerto Rican, but I'm talking about like the white Puerto. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you got what you call them, chocolito with you like you're darker than me, Alex. You're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, facts, right?
You know what I mean? You're darker than me, but you got like you say, fair-skinned Puerto Ricans. They consider themselves European, and you know what I mean? I'm like, huh? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Like my Puerto Rican people hate me the fact that I don't speak Spanish well. Like, I'm from the United States. I was born here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
culture vulture, Alex.
Culture
vulture.
Listen, bro.
I thought you were Dominican. I didn't even know you were. I thought you were Dominican. I didn't even
a lot of people mistaken me. I be having people tell me I look Arabic. I'm like, what?
Oh shit! Throw a kufi on that nigga. Throw a kufi on that nigga.
About to throw a kufi or the do rag.
What's happening? But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. If you guys enjoyed the show, I'll be back early tomorrow. I'm gonna try to reach out to Sick Humor. I'm gonna try to get Sick Humor on the panel.
Look at the chat. Nigga threw Sheba out there. You see his picture?
Man, y'all bugs is
I'm gonna start some beef. Hey, I'm gonna start some beef real soon, man.
Man.
It's on, baby.
They done put the battery in the pack, man.
Them niggas better never get behind camera again. I'm coming, you heard?
Are you gonna get Sick Humor next year?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Yeah, he said he would work at night. I'm gonna try to line something up with Sick Humor.
Yo, what's up? We doing the podcast Thursday?
Yeah. We back. I got some
low key Z trying to cancel that show, man.
Oh, no, hey, bro. I listen. It's no fun if it's all PlayStation guys, and I've been needing some bots. And that's the premise of the show. You know. I used to be Xbox Police versus Xbox, but we always gotta get a bot in that mother. K Mega left me the Dead John letter. You know what I mean? Your ass. I need a bot. You know what I mean? If I get a bot, that motherfucker, we make it happen. Shit, that's all.
Oh, yeah, man. What's going on, boss? Man?
Yeah. I mean,
sorry, you have to jump shit, man.
You know what I mean?
I mean, even if we don't get bots, we could think of something. Trust me.
Oh, we're back. We're back this Thursday for sure, though. For sure, we back.
We're gonna turn up. We're gonna bring up topics.
I got Super Jamaican. He's gonna join. What's called MVP coming back. He's gonna
be MVP, yeah.
He might be a switch nigga. He MVP. He switches platform.
What are you mad?
Yeah. He told D him and D. Let me tell you something. If you guys want some comedic relief, you go back to some earlier motherfucking multiplayer podcast. When I say him and these two dark skinned brothers had a disdain for each other, that shit's going before the show, after the show. Say D, what are you mad?
Yeah.
He go, D. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You're ignorant. Shut the fuck up, you nigga. I said, oh shit, them jokers hate each other.
What was that shit he said? These niggas dying, bro. You
clown.
Yo, what are you, fucking clown? What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah. I've been had skills and I love the show. I like putting fuel on the fire. Xbox sold 84 million, the PS sold 83.8. But you know what I mean? I play this last generation, to be fair. There was no losers. Nintendo sold over 100 million. Microsoft Sony did in there about 90 million. They ain't no goddamn losers last year.
It was good for everybody. The PlayStation people got what they wanted. Yeah. Xbox fans got what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? And Nintendo motherfuckers were still weird. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got what they wanted.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Weird, you know what I mean? But yeah, now this generation, if they said, I mean, what is the Xbox at now? We don't even fucking know. 40 million?
Man, hey, I was just thinking about that last night, Z. What if the motherfuckers never hit 60 million, bro?
They probably won't.
Well, you gotta realize this too. The reason why, to be fair to Microsoft, the reason why Microsoft was able to get that 90 whatever million or whatever they had, that generation went on for 9 years without new hardware.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, this generation's close to that already.
But
no, it's not.
It was 5 years this year. 5 years.
And the next generation starts next year.
If it
I don't think that.
If it starts,
I think it's gonna be another 2 years.
Nah, next year.
I mean 7 years.
Yeah, 2020.
Sony's gonna be the first one to pop off, and then Nintendo gonna feel the wrath for that. They should have just waited. Nintendo should have just waited.
Nintendo should have put out a decent fucking console with some fucking.
Yeah, I don't know. Nintendo is making money off that Switch, so they're happy.
That's
for now, right now, but it's gonna slow down.
But like I said, it is what it is. But like I said, be back this Thursday. Oh, tomorrow, you're not gonna. Tomorrow, listen, tomorrow. For my guys that love the Expand Your Mind podcast, I got a Hebrew Israelite warrior who's coming on the show. I'm gonna see if I get him tonight and get nothing here with him tonight. But he said here that the world is flat. What else?
He said it's flat.
Flat, motherfucker. Flat.
Okay, Post Up thinks the world's fucking flat.
I know. You got to post something from diabetes. You got to the world is flat.
The bed is
King James. I'm telling you what he's telling me now. That King James, you got the Bible, the King James version. That King James was a black man. Now, that's what you think about that. King James. First of all, James is the English goddamn name. But talking about he was the king in Scotland. King. If you didn't know King James, the Bible, the New Testament, whatever. It's from fucking Scotland. He said the King James was the black man, and the white people whitewashed him out and made him white. Just think about that. In England, you got a king over everything that's black, but we still got slavery going on. Like, this shit crazy to me. But we're going to talk about this shit tomorrow. I might take it one tonight, just give us a preview of this shit. But it's going down tomorrow on the Expand Your Mind podcast. If you don't know, I shoot that show exclusively on Twitch.
On Twitch.
I believe, like I said, we're going to do that tomorrow about 10 p.m. Here's the link to my Twitch. Yeah, and
I might pop up just to spit some Christian stuff to you. You need God in your life.
I'll be back in the back. Hey, we gonna have to get the Archbishop at this motherfucker, man.
Listen, my grandmother taught me a lot growing up. I gotta bless you, brothers.
Hey, listen,
aside from the violence and me want to knock Hebot's teeth out, whatever's left of them old ass shits. We gotta preach the gospel to this nigga Z.
Hey, yo, so you, Alex, before we get off the air, you gonna tell right now, Jesus Christ died for your sins, huh?
Right, he did, man. He did, brother.
Okay.
He loves you and all of us. You heard?
He don't love me. He don't love my people. He loves us in bondage for over 1600 years.
Come on, be nice, man.
Let me give you a true fact. Let me say this before we go. I'm not to take the show left. We here in America, like whatever to say, we just go by the 400 years that we went through slavery and bondage. We still fucked up here in North America. We also went through over 200 years of that slavery in Africa and that Islam thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't give a fuck what time in history, whatever part of whatever you believe in, whether Judaism, Christianity, or Islam, you cannot point to me a time in history where religion was not forced on people of color throughout a time of servitude. That's just a fact. That's like saying, Jesus for slavery. If not, we wouldn't be Christian. Like, I mean, just think about this. In fact, Jesus wasn't even a Christian. Hey, you can give me one verse in the Bible right now where Jesus said, "I'm a Christian."
Look out, man.
And Jesus was a Christian.
Expand your mind.
No. So real talk. See, in your mind, you believe there's no God?
No, as far as what? A God? Somebody sit on the cloud watching 6-month-old baby?
No. I'm talking about a higher power.
Higher power than me? I mean, I'm more of a spiritual guy. I don't subscribe to that religious shit. No, it's. Let me tell you something.
No. Aside from the religion, do you believe there's a God? Do you believe there's a higher being?
I mean, higher a level of consciousness. Yes, I believe that there.
Consciousness.
I'm answering your question.
All right. What do you mean by God?
All right.
What do you mean by God?
You see, we have flesh, right? We're flesh. Once we die, what happens? We have a soul that leaves our body, right?
Okay.
You believe we have souls? Do you believe?
I believe in reincarnation. I believe.
No. Do you believe you're a soul? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, but it doesn't have.
All right. So where do you think your soul goes when you die?
I'm gonna roam the planets, man. I'm gonna come back, man. I'm gonna come back like a motherfucking.
So how does that? I'm saying you gotta think about that. How does that make sense?
How? Okay, I'm about to answer your question for you, okay? And you attribute that to religion, right?
It's belief. I don't stand by religion.
Okay. Hit the like button, right? I'm about to bring it to you. Alex, you my man.
Be a 4-hour podcast.
Now listen, I'm gonna say this to you, right? Hey, first you say you have a what?
Hey, you having more fun with doing this than not playing exclusives on the Xbox?
Shit. Hey, Alex, listen.
Man, you don't gotta
He's a low down, dirty ass.
Hey, Alex, listen to this right here, right? Real shit, right? Real nigga to a fuck nigga. Check this shit out, right?
Right.
That you said, okay, and you attribute that to a more or less a religion, right? As far as your soul, or what you just say?
It's a belief.
Okay,
not religion.
First thing on religion, to have a belief is to be unsure. I'm gonna bring in point, like I said, belief, right? Because you can't walk into a courtroom and say, "I believe that he shot me." You can't. Motherfucker, walk home free.
Right.
First of all, man.
But there's also faith.
Okay,
fine.
Okay,
go.
What will make to get one to have this faith? But man has been on this planet. This is not my opinion, because I really get what I believe, right? Because again, it's have a belief is being sure. Man has been on this planet for thousands of years, and not millions of years, without any fucking religion, any of those Bibles. Now, do you subscribe to the story of scriptures of Adam and Eve?
Yeah.
Okay. You do realize that Adam and Eve didn't have a religion. Adam and Eve didn't have a Bible or one of these books, right? Just listen to what we're saying here, right?
That's because we was put here as beings as freedom.
Okay,
make
fine.
our own decision.
Okay, fine, cool. All right.
But go ahead.
So, do you believe that God is all this entity that can see all and be all? He knows what everything's gonna happen before it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you what's the flaw in that, because when things went left the first go round, God got mad and flooded the world, right? Because it's his creation. Shit, now again, I go back to this and say you got all this shit. It looks like this. I'm gonna keep it even simpler, right? If you think that God created everything, my man in the clouds created everything, right?
Yeah.
So he created sin.
Yeah, and the devil was created by him and everything. Yeah.
Okay. So why create the devil if you and again, why create the devil if you know he was gonna tear shit up down here on earth? Does that make any
No,
sense?
because he gave us the same way you have freedom of speech.
I understand freedom of speech is fine. I'm just saying,
all right,
why create the devil?
So why control? My whole thing is why create something just to control it? He gave us free will. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, okay, because that sounds slick that we got free will, because I can.
It's not slick. It's realistic.
Okay, but what I'm asking you, this is what I'm asking you, is why create the devil? If because you think of God as good, you thinking something is polar opposite is bad. Because I don't think that God is even really good. If you go by God in the Bible, but I'm just saying, since you said that we have free will, all right, and that's why he put the tree down in whatever symbolic. The tree of life, or whatever the hell you want to call it, right? Put that in the Garden of Eden, and the reason why we have all this fucked up shit is because Eve ate from the Garden of Eden, right? Think about what you're saying. Now the devil came down to the Garden of Eden to trick Eve, right?
Right.
Eat from the tree of life, the tree of knowledge, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? You know how crazy that shit sounds? That we got all this.
Crazy.
Okay,
it sounds crazy. Wait, hold on. Before you continue, you're playing copyright shit, so I don't want you to get in trouble.
Oh shit.
NBA shit.
That even came up there, but okay. You know how, like I said, crazy that shit even sounds to say that we got all this mayhem in the world. That shit ain't had to do with. It's bigger than me. This is beyond Z. I went in here, but I got all this crazy fucked up shit in the world because Eve ate from the tree of knowledge, right? Or whatever the hell you want to call it. You know, that's when the first sin, disobeyed God. Disobeyed God, or whatever the case. That shit in itself sounds spooky. But listen to this. If you're gonna go by, because this is what starts the mayhem, and I want you to, there's been more people have lost their life to religion than actually saved people. You know what I mean? Right. Wars and everything were fought over the fact of religion. But again, if you you believe in somebody that got swallowed by a big whale and lived for 3 days and went on to preach about it, you subscribe to all this shit here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now
this faith.
Okay, fine, but where do you get this faith from? Because I guarantee, have you been born in China or Japan, you'll be a Buddhist or some goddamn shit.
Yeah.
No, that's if you let it be forced upon. Everybody's listen. I was brought into a Pentecostal family. Doesn't mean I'm Pentecostal.
No,
I just believe differently.
Okay, fine. I'm saying to you, had you been born somewhere in another country, 9 times out of 10, your faith that you believe in, your faith would be something else. And
well,
how
that's
can
not
you
really true because I know people out there that's Pentecostal.
I'm just saying Christianity still falls under the thing of Christianity. You know what I mean? Period. But you know what I mean? Still falls because it's still Christianity. What I'm saying is, imagine had you been born somewhere else, you'd be subscribed to a whole different belief system, right? Well, I even go one step further. I ask you, does God answer prayers? Or are you praying to change his mind about some shit? Because it's already written, right? You're going to say that God sees all, knows all. So he knew that Eve was going to eat this. He knew that the devil shit was going left. Like I said again, that when things went right here first, that, how you said that the planet became corrupted with all this shit here, he flooded the world, right? But shit still to get back and fucked up. So you know what? The God who loved him. Okay, he so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, right? He so loved the world. That should sound good. He sacrificed his only begotten son for shit still to go left. Listen to that shit right there.
Now, this is what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. That shit went left. But now this is when you have to make the decision if you want to go to hell or heaven. Remember, everybody has their own thing that they can do.
But where does hell or heaven come
just
from?
Just like if you decide if you want to rob a bank, you know the consequences to it.
I understand it, but my question to you is this: because there's no mention of hell or heaven in the Old Testament. That shit ain't
What's
around.
the Old Testament? How you know that Old Testament's even real?
Fine. Okay, well, listen. Even better. How do you know any of that shit is even real? Because
faith. You gotta have faith, bro.
You know that this is not the actual word of God.
So, how about this? Let's take it a step further, right? Alex, how do you know Christianity or whatever you believe in is correct?
Because I have faith in it. I know. Okay. Listen, I have testimonies that I've been through, and I put God first. And I
no. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Listen, no. What I'm trying to tell you is, when you how they say it, God puts you through the test so you can have your testimony, right? So I've had my test, and I had my testimonies to explain why I have faith in this higher being. I've been through certain shit in my life.
You think he pulled you?
I almost died once. No, listen, I almost died. I'm an asthmatic. I had holes in my lungs. They said I was gonna die.
You think that God saved you?
Of course he did.
Okay, listen to every concept.
Wait, before you go, Z, just let me say this. For how much you believe in God, like, no, I'm not questioning your belief. You believe in God, you believe that's correct. But just how much you believe in God, my mom believes just as much in Hindu gods and a polytheistic thing, something that's completely different from Christianity. So who's to say you're right and she's wrong, and who's to say she's right and you're wrong?
Listen, everything's all on decision. That's all on you, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't sway your mind
for anything.
No, I'm not changing your mom's mind for no reason at all. Like, you believe what you believe in, but I know what worked for me. I know what I believe in. I know what's my faith behind it.
Listen, Alex, first
for me to sit here and say that there's no higher being, that there wasn't no God. Think about it like this: when people go through the hardest time in their life, what's the first thing they say? My God, help me.
Okay, no,
there ain't no God. Why you praying to him?
Listen, here's the thing. I want you to look at it from this way. I'm gonna break them very simple. And I'm not trying to attack you, my man, right?
Nah, you know, attack
you know what sounds crazy to me? Thank God that he delivered me, or he got me. I got this great job. You like saying that God prefers you better or loves you more than someone that's homeless on the street. And
never.
Oh no. I'm just saying, because what you say, or that you pray to God. Like I said, you're praying to God to change His mind about something, or because it's going to be what it's going to be, right? You said you had holes in your lung, and you attribute that you pulling it through God, that God delivered you, because you had holes in them. So what about the next person that's six years old who also had holes in their lungs and may have died from asthma?
Boy, He takes away everybody for a reason. My sister died at the age of 9 in her sleep from asthma. He took away for a reason. Two crazy brothers. Look at the way times is now. You think if somebody would just disrespect my sister, I would have killed somebody by now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everything happens for a reason, dog. Like, everything in life happens for a reason. Period. There's a reason behind everything.
But I don't attribute that to any God. Or to say, because here's the thing: if there is a God, He's sleeping at the goddamn wheel. You see all this mayhem that's going on in the world today, motherfucker. And again,
the times is coming.
No, bro, my grandmother said the goddamn end times is coming. Her mother said the goddamn end times is coming.
Listen, we living through the phase of apocalypse. If you have a Bible, read through the apocalypse.
I didn't read the Bible before. I didn't read the.
What Bible? There's a difference. They got these fake ass Bibles that's running out there.
The King James version. Well, here's the thing. Look at it like this, right? This. You know what? I keep it simple. You know what made me start to look at the Bible? The shit just ain't making any sense to me, but you know it is what it is. But forget some of the stories. Get that, right? You have another culture, which are the Sumerians. Forget what if you don't believe in what they believe in what they wrote. Fine, that's neither here nor there about them being genetically modified and all this shit. It may seem kind of far trippy to some people, but it is what it is. But the Old Testament, which is the Tanakh and Torah, came from the Sumerian tales of creation, and that predates Judaism and Christianity by thousands of fucking years. And they didn't have it. They didn't subscribe to this God or Jesus and none of this shit here in heaven and hell. So the story of the Tower of Babel, let us go down and confuse man's tongue. Look at it like this. It says it there in the book, in Genesis. Let us create man after our image and after our likeness. Who the fuck is us and who the fuck is our? The Jews wouldn't have wrote that because they don't believe in the Trinity. They don't believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They don't subscribe to that shit. That's what Jews look at Christians like they crazy because they got their Tanakh and their Torah part of their Christian Bible, which has nothing to do with Christianity. You know what I mean? It says, let us create man after our image and after our likeness. Who the fuck is God talking to? Or in the Tower of Babel, let us go down there and confuse man's tongue. Who is he talking to?
Listen, like I said, we go back and forth.
Well, again, I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Those stories come from the Sumerian tales of creation.
How we know them shit's even like a validation, bro? Like that's what I'm saying.
Listen to me, but they're part of your Bible.
Remember, the Bible's based off it.
Yeah, they're part of your. Yeah, they're in your. That's what I'm saying. They're in your Bible. Those same stories. Look, the Christianity in the Bible they call them Adam. The Sumerians call them the Adam. Now, fuck what I believe. Like I said again, they said that they were genetically modified and all this shit here. Maybe you may not believe it, but even what gives that a little credence because our chromosome 2 and 3 are fused together. You only get things that are fused together and things that have been quote unquote GMOs that have been genetically modified. But that's a little. I'm not gonna go off on the deep end with that shit there. I'm just saying your faith, belief system, all that shit comes from them. Those stories that's in those Bibles come from them, and they didn't subscribe to that shit there. Right. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like you sit back, you know what I mean? Like, God dang.
Honestly, like I said, I feel like
that's all that I'm saying.
Throughout times, there has been a lot of manipulation of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what's right, what's wrong, but I do have faith in, you know what I'm saying? The fact that there was even a God even spoke. I mean, like people even speaking of a God. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I go based off. I don't really like to deal with religion too much because then we could just go here all day and that'd be a fucking war in itself. But I just believe in.
I think Alex handled himself well.
Humans have survived millions of years without any God or religion.
That's what I'm saying. I think Alex did well. He should come. He should be on.
I think Alex needs to be on the Expand Your Mind podcast as a guest.
Come on Wednesday because we have fun with this. But you know what I mean? And it's all just for conversation. You're not trying to disrespect anybody.
No, I don't take it personal. Everybody got their own. Listen, I'm an open-minded person. Everybody got their own opinion. I'm never gonna strike you because you think differently than me. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I'm just saying that in itself is a little spooky. If you what you're basing your faith with comes from a much older civilization. I see somebody just said in the conversation that as Adam, somebody said it. I forgot that. He said the Abraham was a Sumerian, come from the Sumerians. That I don't know if he did, but bro, I know he didn't. But we talking about thousands of goddamn years before Abraham, and I wouldn't have a problem with the Tanakh or the Torah but they're telling those stories like it's their history and their culture, which is not. It comes from a much older civilization, but they plagiarized that from. You know what I mean? And again, I'll give you an example. Fuck the religion. In school, you were taught that the Egyptians built the pyramids, right? You know, King Khufu and all that shit. They're fun, slick shit, right? But the Sumerians wrote about the fucking pyramids. And again, it predates the Egyptian dynasty empire by thousands of fucking years.
I mean, you got crazy dudes that believe aliens made those pyramids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always a different.
Yeah, you know what? Again, what you do, but again,
do you believe in aliens?
Do I think that other life?
Do you not?
Yes, the other life. Bro, listen. You believe in God, right? Which I understand about man. You believe in God, the creator of everything. So he created the heaven, the moon, stars, right? You got in our solar system alone. Some say 10, but we know for sure 9. God created all these planets for nothing else to live there but us. But here on Earth, bro, every culture, when I tell you every culture that's here, that predates us, talked about their interactions with different beings from whatever the fuck they're from. And this is not my opinion, this is fact. You got writings in caves that go back 20,000 goddamn years. You know what I mean?
All right, so you believe, all right, you saying you're questionable about God, right? So now my question
I don't subscribe to no God in the cloud, and I'm forever being judged.
Right. You have your own belief on.
I don't.
So you believe there is a devil, then, right?
No, I don't believe in.
You don't believe there's a devil?
No.
So what are exorcisms? When people get
motherfuckers, I believe in mental issues, mental illness.
Nah. So listen, I've witnessed as a kid. I've witnessed exorcism.
Hey, bro, you know how many times I've been praying? Let me give you an example. I'm gonna be my own testimony right here. If you don't know, Zaire Next Gen, I grew up in the goddamn church, singing I could sing my ass off like no other, singing the choir every goddamn Sunday. I was bad as hell. You know how many hands was laid on me because I got a demon. Loose here, Satan. Me fighting and all this shit. I had it out. They performed exorcisms on me, got me drinking all types of holy water and all types of shit. And I'm my silly ass playing around in church. You know
going to hell, bro.
Hey, bro, I'm keeping it funky.
Yo, he going to hell when he died, bro.
I'm keeping it funky.
You, my brother. This nigga crazy, bro. Nah, this nigga
Sing with
hell,
me,
bro.
Jesus. I'm saved now. I've always been this fucking silly.
All right, so there's a good thing here. What this dude just said. Voodoo. What do you think voodoo is? That's not mental.
Hey, bro, I don't. What
the sacrificing chickens and all that bullshit that happens.
Hey, bro, they sacrifice people.
That's demonic.
Hey, bro.
Listen, that's demonic shit,
Alex,
bro.
You know
they sacrifice people sailors, right?
Hold on. Alex, you know you don't fucked up, right? They don't sacrifice animals in the Bible.
What?
They don't sacrifice animals in the Bible. They didn't fucking cut goats' throats and all this shit in the Bible.
I don't know what Bible you're reading.
In the Old Testament, how they make their offerings.
I don't know what Bible you're reading, man.
Are you serious?
Man. Listen, bro. All I
That's
know
why
is
you no longer have
all I know is there's good.
Listen,
all I know is good and there's evil. Just like you see in this world. There's good people and there's bad people, right?
All right, Alex, listen to what I'm saying. You're about to learn something right here. No, the reason why you no longer have to do quote unquote blood sacrifices of animals and all that slick shit there, because Jesus Christ was the ultimate blood sacrifice. But before then, quote unquote, they was out there cutting goats' throats and chickens and all that shit too, making their offerings to God. If you go to the Bible, I think when Noah, when he said he came down, God said he smelled the sin of blood. It was appeasing to his nose. They was out there making their sacrifices to God, their lambs and all that shit. Then, right? That in itself it's in the Bible. Bullshit, you're not. Like I don't, you know what I mean? I'm just keeping it simple. This is real shit.
That that's a CFD side mission.
Okay. This was a great show. We went from crossplay to religion talk. We're done.
Neef, you got somewhere to go. You gotta take a shit. Go ahead, my brother.
Listen. I want to before we get the hell up out there's no God on the power of the cloud, okay? But we get the hell up out of here tomorrow. Expand Your Mind podcast. If you want more of this talk, this shit here, like I said, we're gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna have the Hebrew. Alex, I want you to join, Alex. We're gonna have the Hebrew.
I'm gonna do some research for y'all, man.
All right, listen. I want you to
I'm gonna tap back into the old me. You heard?
All right, but listen. What I'm gonna say is I want to tell you this is to. I will start read this. What you can watch on YouTube. The Sumerian Tales of Creation. You can find a 30-minute video or whatever, and look at that and go to and compare it to the Old Testament and the Tanakh and the Torah. It's the same stories.
How you feel about Israelites?
I think they're fucking. I think all the motherfuckers sleep. But I think they're the worst because
they crazy as hell, right?
Because
we're about to have one.
Listen,
we're about to have one tomorrow.
Listen, they banging on Christianity when they go about Christian Bible. I think that in itself is the craziest shit in the world.
Yo, you don't see how they be cursing out chicks on 34th Street?
Yeah. Preach Psalms 22.
They preach and they be like, put some fucking clothes on.
Hey,
they be
they up my way too, bro.
They wild, bro.
You know what I mean?
I filmed them one time. I lost that footage. That shit was funny as hell, man.
Yeah, I mean, they believe in having sex with 12-year-olds and all types of crazy shit.
Don't do this crazy, bro.
Yeah, well, I got one on the show tomorrow. We're gonna have some fun with it. Like I said, tomorrow, Expand Your Mind podcast. Shout out to everybody that turned into this dog shit show. We done turned this shit into a movie. But yeah,
more than
100 people watching. Listen, 100 people, more than 100 people watching. Obviously, they in tune with it.
Yeah, hit the like button, man. I can get 100 likes. So I get the hell up out of here. Damn, goddamn, you act like
he got me to pop up on a Tuesday, bro. That's rare.
He said
that's
blasphemy.
A lot, man. You gotta hit that like button, man.
Hey, my man, Z is around after all that to preach blasphemy. Oh my God, blasphemy.
Oh man.
Man.
They said Voodoo Vince.
Oh shit, it's deep, man. Like I said, I'm gonna leave you with these words here. Taser the light, man. I'm gonna say God must don't like black people, man. My people been praying for hundreds of years. Jesus, not to be raped, murdered, and hung, and none of that shit. Not one time was their prayers answered, man. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, man. We gotta leave that religion shit alone, man. Get back to yourself.